Wide open lane. Good. Ford got it. Here's Gage for a three. Yeah! That one's good, baby.
Our mental toughness has got to be off the charts.
Mike, thanks for your time as always. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, that's Coach Mike White, Georgia and LSU coming up. We'll give the lineups right after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Domino's, we're so obsessed with pizza, we'll try to turn pretty much anything into pizza. Sizzling pizza fajitas, pizza milkshake. Probably not the best pizza ideas, but a great idea? Domino's new loaded tots. We bake our tots hot and crispy and load them up with melty cheese and delicious toppings, just like our pizza. From savory Philly cheesesteak to craveable cheddar bacon and mouthwatering melty 3 cheese, Domino's new loaded tots are just like Domino's pizza, only on tots. Can someone turn a fan on in here? Try Domino's new loaded tots next time you order.
With over 500,000 repairs and installations over the last 40 years, Tub Doctor is the clear choice when it comes to where you should turn for your next project. Their bathroom designers come to you because it's what you want. All of their technicians are bonded, insured, and covered with workman's comp. If it's time for something new or past time to get something repaired and you want the best prices in town, call Tub Doctor. 706-863-6572. Online, tubdoctorofaugusta.com.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
Commit to the G.
Dog Nation, please welcome the 23rd head men's basketball coach in Georgia history, Mike White.
It is going to happen here at Georgia.
Oh, that's Jabri Abdur-Rahim from the right corner. Big backdoor feed on the bounce back. Window with a two-handed dunk.
This is Georgia basketball.
Georgia will win it. How about them dogs?
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball. Georgia basketball is brought to you by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont empowers Georgians by changing healthcare, making it better, more simplified, and easier to access. Real change lives here. Now, alongside Chuck Dowdle, let's go courtside and join the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Welcome back to Bridgestone Arena here in Nashville, Tennessee. Game 1 of the SEC tournament is in the books. Ole Miss advancing over South Carolina, so the Rebels will play Tennessee tomorrow afternoon. Tennessee, the 5 seed. Ole Miss advances as the 13 seed. And then Georgia and LSU are coming up here in a matter of minutes, less than 10 minutes away from tip-off, I believe. And the winner of this one will advance to tomorrow night in this same time slot to take on the 6-seeded Vanderbilt Commodores. Let's give you the lineups for our contest coming up tonight. First for Georgia, we'll run down the record. 16-15 for the Dogs this year. 6-12 is how we finished up in the SEC. That's an improvement over last year, a vast improvement actually. 6-26 was the record last season, and just 1-17 in SEC play as the Dogs closed out the year last season at the SEC tournament in Tampa, Florida. Back here in Nashville, and for a long extended run between the conference and the city of Nashville for this event. Mike White winding down his first season as head coach at Georgia, record of 259 and 143, and this is his 12th year as a head coach and celebrating his 46th birthday, most recently, earlier this month. His starting five tonight will feature Terry Roberts, the Bradley transfer, 6'3" guard, a senior from North Amityville, New York, leads the team in scoring, 13 points a game and assists. He's got 113 assists on the season. He's also the team's steals leader. He'll be joined in the backcourt by Cario Oquendo and Mardrez McBride. Oquendo, a 6'4" junior from Titusville, Florida, transfer from Florida Southwestern State Junior College. And he's the second leading scorer on the team, just under 13 points per ball game. Mardrez McBride is a 6'2", fifth-year player from Augusta, Georgia, a transfer from North Texas. And he's averaging right at 5 points a game, couple of rebounds per contest. His expertise is in three-point shooting, 38% for the year for Mardrez McBride on this year's Bulldogs team. And then in the front court for the Dogs tonight, it'll be M.A. Moncrief, a 6'8" junior transfer from Oklahoma State. His hometown is Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He's averaging 5.5 points and 5 rebounds per contest. He, along with the other starter, Braylon Bridges, are leading rebounders on the team this year. Bridges, 6'11", fifth-year player from Atlanta, third leading scorer on the team, averaging 8.5 points and 5 rebounds. So your Georgia lineup tonight against LSU: Roberts, Oquendo, McBride, Moncrief, and Bridges. For LSU, in the first year of head coaching for Matt McMahon at LSU, he's in his 8th year overall as a head coach. 13-18 is the record for the Tigers. 2-16. They are the 14th seed here in the SEC tournament, finishing last in the conference in McMahon's first season here. Formerly the head coach at Murray State. He spent 7 years there. They went 31-3, did the Racers last season. So quite a turnaround to go from that to what he is handling in Baton Rouge this season. His starting five tonight will feature Trey Hannibal, a transfer from his Murray State Racers, a 6'2" senior guard from Elliott, South Carolina, averages 6 points per contest. Cam Hayes is a 6'2" junior. He's also a transfer from North Carolina State. His hometown is Greensboro, North Carolina. Averages 8 points, second on the team in assist with 63 this season. Jalen Reed, Adam Miller, and KJ Williams will round out the starting five for LSU. Miller, a three-point shooting specialist, 6'3", a transfer from Illinois. He's a redshirt sophomore from Peoria, Illinois, averaging just under 12 points a game. And then the length comes in for LSU. Jalen Reed at 6'10", a freshman from Jackson, Mississippi, averaging 4 points, 3.5 rebounds per game. And second-team All-SEC performer KJ Williams, and he's a good one, 6'10" and 250, fifth-year player, transfer from Murray State, his hometown Cleveland, Mississippi. Only the 123rd player in college basketball to have over 2,000 points and over 1,000 career rebounds. He scored over 2,200 points in his career and over 1,100 rebounds, and he continued that great play with LSU this season. So the Tigers with Trey Hannibal, Cam Hayes, Adam Miller, Jalen Reed, and KJ Williams. Those are your starting lineups. Teams are on the floor. We're about ready for tip, and we'll have that when we come back to Nashville, the SEC tournament on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
This is it. Enough dreaming about growing my business online. It's time to get serious about selling in my style, as big as I want to grow, because there's nothing I can't do. It's time to get Shopify.
You go and get it.
Oh, oops. I thought I was just talking to myself there. But heck yeah, I do. It's time to take my business to the next level.
Start selling with Shopify to join the commerce platform revolutionizing millions of businesses worldwide. Packed with industry-leading tools ready to ignite your growth, Shopify gives you complete control over your business and your brand. From templates that make site design simple to customizations that let you grow at your pace. This is possibility powered by Shopify. Get a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/free23. That's shopify.com/free23. Go to shopify.com/free23 to take your business to the next level today.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
Harry Dog just left me hanging, man. He came over and he gave Road Dog a high five and a bear hug.
Those are dogs.
Those dogs are sniffing each other. And
yeah.
Oh, my. He just left me hanging.
Yeah, he did.
All right.
Yeah, he did.
You don't leave me hanging.
No,
because it's time, as you know, for our keys to the game. Driven by Ford F-150. Check out Ford F-150, the official truck of the Bulldogs, at your local Ford dealer. Chuck, don't leave me hanging, baby.
Okay, I won't leave you hanging. Here we go. And the first thing, and you heard Coach White almost pleading with you to tell you that we need to hit our threes. We need to shoot the basketball better than we have shot it lately. We have just not. And as he said, we're getting good looks. That's the really bad part, is that we're getting good looks. We're just not knocking them down. But we've got to hit the three. We're better shooters than we've shown. 20% is what we've been hitting lately. 3-point shooters from behind the arc. And that's what we've been our last two games. 9 for 45. Ouch. 9 for 45. And that's with good looks. We have got to be better. Defense. Look, our opponents tonight are next to last in the league in turnover margin at -3. We need to expand that margin by playing great defense, forcing them into more turnovers, giving them empty possessions, and giving us added possessions, and then having fewer turnovers ourselves, which, of course, would be the inverse. So we have got to play good defense, do that tonight, get a lead on these guys, shoot better threes, and then finally, look, it's March. It's tournament time. Right at this minute, as we sit here, Alabama is 0-0. Georgia, 0-0. We are tied with Alabama right now in basketball in the SEC. Let's take it from there.
That is a silver lining.
That is the all-time
opinion right there, baby.
All-time silver lining.
All right, I like it. And, you know, if you really want to simplify it, Chuck, we've been very good this year when we hold teams to 70 points or less. We had our first loss of the season last Saturday at South Carolina, but we're 14-1. When they play good defense and hold teams under 70 points, Georgia wins the game.
But we've got to shoot the basketball better than we have the last couple of weeks. We've got to knock down these open threes. Look, Mike White can do everything for you but shoot. I mean, he can draw up the plays and get you open, but then it's up to you to knock it down. And that's what we haven't been doing recently.
LSU could comply. They've struggled scoring the basketball as well against conference opponents. They come in dead last in scoring at under 64 points a game. And like Georgia, they have given up a lot. And Georgia's run really kind of came unraveled in that statistical category when we played Alabama and Arkansas back-to-back in the last few games of the season.
And listen, that skewed the stats. There's no doubt about it. That those two games back-to-back really skewed the stats. But look, nevertheless, we've got to do a better job defensively. I think the coaching staff would tell you that. I think the players would tell you that. They know it. They look at the video. They see what the mistakes they make. And we have got to play better defense, and then we have got to make open shots. And by the way, open shots doesn't just mean the three, although that's certainly helpful. We got to make layups, too. We've missed an inordinate number of layups, and we've got to start finishing at the rim as well as knocking down the three.
LSU has a couple of good layup guys in Derek Fountain and KJ Williams. The thing about Williams that scares you at 6'10 and 250 is he can step out and shoot threes. He's a 42% three-point shooter. He's hit 54 this year. He's the second leading scorer in the Southeastern Conference, and he's one of the top rebounders as well.
And, Scott, that's something we don't have. We don't have a guy that's 6'10 or 6'11 or even 6'9 or 6'8.
Rim protector.
Yeah, that can step outside and knock down threes. Now, you know what? I'm amazed, and I will tell you something. This is something you and I haven't talked about. But one of the things in watching this league this year is how many teams do have that. They do have a big guy that can also step outside and hit three-point shots.
Dogs in white tonight, LSU in purple. Our tip is brought to you by Northside Hospital, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal with expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more. You can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital. Pat Adams, our lead official, with the ball in his hand. He'll toss it up, will tip, and Georgia will control. M.A. Moncrief winning the opening tap. Georgia with possession and working down to the basket to our left as Terry Roberts handles the basketball right off the bat. An LSU foul on Cam Hayes as Robert tried to move to his left.
Ran right into his arms.
Cam Hayes, the 6'2 transfer from North Carolina State with a first foul, and a quick one, too, at that, just 10 seconds into the game. Dogs will inbound, side court to our left. Oquendo feeds it into Roberts. LSU in a man-to-man to start the ball game. Roberts has picked up his dribble, needs some help. Moncrief to his left, drops it off to him. M.A. dribbles with a right hand, shot clock at 8. One-handed pass to Bridges, works against K.J. Williams. Splits the double team, passes across the lane to M.A.
Wow.
Misses the first attempt, but as the ball's rolling off the rim, he taps it back up and in.
And that was exactly what I was talking about. We missed a point-blank layup. Fortunately, he recovered and tapped it in.
Dogs with the first points, 2-0. LSU with their first offensive touch. Cam Hayes has the dribble. They find Williams open. He got ahead of the defense, and a beautiful pass to thread the needle diagonally and led to K.J. Williams' easy layup with the right hand. 2-2 here in the SEC tournament. McBride for three. Scan a three by M.A. from the left wing. That's a good sign. M.A. or rather Mardrez McBride with the three early on to put the Dogs up 5-2.
And we needed that. I mean, that's what we were talking about, a wide open three, and that time we knocked it down. We've just missed too many of those recently.
McBride with his 38th three-pointer this season. LSU basketball out of the corner. Reed will fire up a three. He airballs it. Caught on the weak side by Moncrief. Dogs rebound. Goes to Oquendo into the front side now. Briefly to McBride in the corner. Now the Dogs will rotate it back into the hands of Terry Roberts. Just underway here in Nashville. Game 2 of 2. This first session of the SEC tournament. Bridges has the ball, puts it on the floor, threw it to Roberts, who almost slid coming off the curl, was able to catch it with one hand, keep his balance. Oquendo for three, left side, around the rim and off. No good. Rebound LSU. Trey Hannibal comes away with it for the Tigers, the 6'2 guard, transfer from Murray State. Georgia 5, LSU 2 early on. The 11 and the 14 seeds battling here to face Vanderbilt tomorrow. There's a three by Williams from the left slot, too deep off the back of the rim. Long rebound collected by McBride for the Dogs. M.A. thought about the three in the front court, pulls it down, they go around the perimeter. Roberts has it between the circles, right on the edge of that giant SEC logo in the middle of the floor. Now he backs up a little bit. They're not guarding him tightly. He moves behind a screen from Bridges. Wide open three. Missed it too deep. Moncrief with a nice offensive rebound. Jump hook. Missed it wide and high off the back, top of the backboard. LSU basketball. They drive with Hayes on the runner and the kiss off the glass all the way to the rack. Good. Cam Hayes tightens it up. It's 5-4. Georgia by 1. Dogs with the ball. Roberts left hands one to Oquendo on the left wing. Screened by Moncrief. Carrio drives for a minute. Stops at the top of the key. Comes through his left to Mardrez McBride. They double the guard from Augusta, and he curls away from the two defenders. McBride has it along the baseline. Shot clock winding down, and a foul on LSU, I believe, as they pushed M.A. Moncrief out of bounds. They got a foul on the Tigers.
And a late whistle on that, too. Even M.A. didn't hear it. He was trying to throw the ball back in.
They called the foul. I believe it was on Adam Miller, the 6'3 guard. Matt McMahon will substitute. KJ Williams leaves the ball game. He may have a cut on his face or something. He has to check out. Big Sean Phillips comes in, the 7-footer, a freshman from Dayton, Ohio. Roberts feeds it into Bridges. Give it back to Terry. He curls around, drives down the lane, reverse lay-in good, or windmill shot from the right side. Terry with a 7-4 lead now on the Dogs. The first points of the game for Roberts. LSU ball. They trail by 3. Hannibal has it above the arc on the right side. LSU working left to right here in this first half. Oh, Reed faked and drove down the lane. Had an open layup. Missed it. Long rebound, however, collected by Miller, and the Tigers feed Hannibal to Phillips. The 7-footer misses, gets his own miss, and banks it home right in front of the basket. Miller only averages, less than a point a game. He's beaten his average there. There's a steal by LSU. Yeah. Hayes with a dunk on the right end of the floor for the Tigers.
Mardrez, a very, very poor pass. He didn't even look. Defender cut right in, picked it off, and it was gone.
And LSU grabs the lead, 8-7. Approaching 15 minutes to go here in the first half. McBride has it on the left block. He's bumped under the basket by Jalen Reed. Goes up with it, the ball out of bounds, and that's going to get us into a timeout as Mardrez apparently lost it out of bounds. There was no whistle for a foul. There was some contact, but it's going to be Tiger basketball when we continue from Nashville. 15:38 on the clock here in half number 1. It's LSU 8, Georgia 7 on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Reruns aren't great repeats, but a Bulldogs repeat? That's something to cheer about with the 2022 Regions Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa Debit Card. Every purchase brings pride and the confidence of Lock It that lets you lock your card with the Regions mobile app. Get your commemorative debit card and checks at regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore. It's where dogs shop.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
Georgia fans, when you need to see a game, head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub is the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there. LSU with an 8-7 lead here at the first media timeout. They have connected on half their shots already, 4 of 8. Georgia 3 of 7. We have a 3. They've yet to hit one from deep, 0 for 2. And rebounds are even at 4 apiece. Turnovers 2 for the Dogs, none yet for LSU, and they'll have the ball when we come out of the timeout. Dogs were winners over the Tigers in this last meeting, and it took place on Valentine's Day. And that was Georgia's last win this year. They've since lost 5 in a row. The Dogs won 65-63 in Athens, as Justin Hill's layup with 4 seconds left was the difference in the ballgame. And now Hill checks into the contest for the first time for Georgia, along with Juice Holt, Jabri Abdur-Rahim, and Frank Anselem. Roberts, the only starter still on the floor for Georgia. 8-7, LSU. Dogs come with full court pressure. LSU inbounds to Miller. He's double teamed and trapped. His pass out was deflected high in the air, but takes a proper bounce to LSU. Dogs had a shot there. They deflected the ball, almost came up with a steal, but it bounced high and right over to Trey Hannibal for the Tigers. LSU's Miller right corner 3 is good. A fortunate bounce for LSU, and the Tigers go up 11-7. Georgia in the front court with Terry Roberts dribbling slow with the left hand. Screened by Anselem. He rolls. Roberts' pass to Frank is deflected out of bounds by LSU over the left baseline. They were working the screen and roll there with Anselem, but Roberts didn't get his pass high enough in the air to get it over the LSU defender.
Well, they've got some size on the floor right now. With us, not so much.
Well, they've got a 7-footer and a 6'10". We do not. We have a 6'10" in Anselem. And no one really close to that other than Abdur-Rahim at 6'8". He's got the ball, drives off the wing to the right elbow, passes back to Hill. Shot clock's going to run down on Justin, however, and the Bulldogs, as they have a shot clock violation. And that's a Georgia turnover. It goes to LSU. And the Tigers will have to inbound it from the side court over there.
And Scott looking very disconcerted offensively. I mean, nothing looks smooth right now. Not the passing, certainly, and not the way that we're cutting.
LSU feeds it into the backcourt. Justice Hill on the floor now for the Tigers. A 6-foot guard transfer from Murray State. He handles, guarded by Hill. KJ Williams back in the ballgame. He's picked up his dribble, goes to Hannibal on the right side, through the lane, jump pass into the far corner. 7 seconds on the clock for LSU. Miller's got the ball, dribbles around Holt, kicks it to Hannibal, right side 3, front of the rim, no good. At the end of the horn, now they whistle a foul right at the end of that play. And they got Jabri on a foul on the rebound for Georgia. Abdur-Rahim picks up his first, and that's also the team's first, and that gives LSU extra life on this possession. They lead it 11-7, 14-13 on the clock here in half one. Miller with the ball above the 3, goes by Holt, pulls up from the elbow, misses the 2. Rebound tapped up off the glass, taken by Hill and the Dogs. Justin sprints into the front court, settles into the right corner, now hesitates and drives along the baseline. Oh, they call an offensive foul on Georgia down that end of the floor.
They're calling on Justin? They must have.
Yep. Chuck Jones with the whistle. Offensive foul on Justin Hill. Team second, his first.
Oh, okay. Yes, he hooked him.
If we look at the replay, definitely Hill hooked the defender to get around on the baseline there. And the Dogs down 4 still. LSU with a basketball. Full court pressure by the Dogs. Feed it into Hill, then quickly back to Tyrell Ward, who's in at 6'6", a freshman from Washington, D.C. Justice Hill with a basketball now for the purple-clad Tigers. Ward on the wing holds it, guarded by M.A. Moncrief. Dogs in a man-to-man. Ward drives to the right block. Feeds the big guy Phillips in the paint. He puts that ball down low. That's danger zone for a 7-footer. He misses his shot as he recovers, awkwardly putting it up off the glass. Rebound down to Georgia. Roberts with the ball in the front court. Jump pass almost too high. Holt had to go up and save it with one long arm on the near side. Holt now for 3. Side iron, no good. KJ Williams boxes out Anselem and clears on the rebound for LSU. Tigers with the ball and a 4-point lead. Here's Hill now working on the right side. He backs it up above the arc. Sends it over to Miller. They feed Williams. He's doubled. Quick out to Hill for a catch-and-shoot three. Back of the rim, won't go. Rebound tapped by the 7-footer Phillips. Right to one of our guys. Georgia has the possession. Hill whips it into Roberts. Step back three, right side. Good! Terry all net. Scana Energy three in the right wing. And it's 11-10. Dogs trail by one. LSU with the ball and 12 and a half minutes to go here in half number one. Good crowd. Most of it stayed for game number 2 in the late game tonight here in Nashville. Hill with a basketball for the Tigers. Right of the lane, goes to the elbow. Deep, straightaway three, Miller. Wow, NBA range three straight on for Adam Miller. His 73rd three-pointer of the season. He's got the fourth most three-point makes in the league this year. Roberts working some magic on the left side. A veteran move. Faked in, turn around, fadeaway two on the baseline. Good.
Yeah, Terry's feeling it right now. He hit that three, then he turned right around, took him right to the baseline, hit the fadeaway two. Very nice.
Williams will try his luck. The big guy for three won't go. LSU with a long tap out on the rebound to save it. Williams gets it back. Drives left edge of the lane. Floats it off one leg and knocks it down with the right hand. Little teardrop for the big guy, KJ Williams. He's got 4 points, and LSU ups its lead back to 4, 16-12. Dogs with the ball. Roberts dribbles, feeds Hill to his left along the three-point line. Now Justin puts it on the floor through the edge of the lane, kicks it back to Roberts, back to Hill, straightaway three with 5 on the clock, barely draws iron on the right side. Justin misses the three, rebound to LSU. Long pass into the front court. Tigers, Miller looked at another NBA range three, doesn't take it, pulls it down, goes to Miller, drives inside, hit and falls down, and the shot is short, comes down to Georgia. No whistle on that contact. Dogs down 4 with the ball, and a drive by Justin Hill on the right side of the floor. Takes a body with him, and that's going to be a foul on Adam Miller in LSU. His second, by the way, and that gets us into a timeout with 10:52 to go in the first half. It's LSU 16, Georgia 12. More tournament action after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
There are 5 boxes. No one knows what's in them. Yet you may choose only one.
Is this a riddle?
No, just play Cash Pop for the chance to choose one of 5 mystery boxes with prizes worth $5,000 to $30,000.
Like a luxury vacation or even a car?
These are mystery boxes.
Yeah, but I might just peek first.
Oh boy.
It's the Cash Pop Mystery Box Giveaway. Now through March 12th. Learn more at playcashpop.com. Play responsibly.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number?
Not me.
Nope.
Nuh-uh.
Oh no. He's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year at lifelock.com/aware. Identity theft protection starts here.
You've got your tax refund. Now you can move ahead with those plans to upgrade your kitchen and bathroom countertops and shower. Mary Liz Nolan for Bill Phillips and the crew at Countersink on Westside Court off Riverwatch Parkway. The possibilities are endless with Corian's wide variety of solid surface colors and designs. With solid surface, you won't be doing any scrubbing. It's non-porous, so that means no mold and no mildew to deal with. And with Countersink's solid surface showers, you'll get it designed with your individual needs in mind, right down to the benches, corner shelves, and grab bars. Want to add some depth and dimension to your space? Check out the new 3D textured walls by Mario Romano, even perfect for a backsplash. Visit Countersink's showroom, not only for inspiration, but where you're guaranteed the best in craftsmanship, expert installation, and top-notch customer service. Countersink is on Westside Court off Riverwatch Parkway. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 till 4, Saturdays till noon.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
LSU 16, Georgia 14 back here in Nashville. SEC tournament action at Bridgestone Arena. Let's go inside the huddle with Chuck Dowdle. It's brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. Chuck, what's happening in the Georgia huddle as the Dogs trail by 4?
Mike White's wanting to see more penetration with the offense right now. We got too many guards standing around outside dribbling, looking, and nobody's taking the ball to the basket, and no passes inside underneath trying to attack the basket. And we've got to have more of that. We can't just kill the clock standing out there dribbling around looking for something to open up for us. And the other thing too is we've got to continue to be more aggressive, particularly on the defensive boards. Right now, LSU's already gotten a couple of those offensive rebounds, and they've gotten 3, and we got to put a stop to that.
Georgia already with 4 turnovers here in the half. LSU's yet to turn the ball over. Dogs have the possession. 10:45 to go in the half. Trailing by 4. Jalen Ingram's on the floor along with Braylon Bridges now. Holt has the dribble. Shot clock's at 8. He's guarded by Tyrell Ward. Holt still with a right-hand dribble. Picks it up, skips it awkwardly over to Hill. He floats it up at the end of the shot clock. Just barely draws iron. LSU can't control the rebound, however. They lose it out of bounds over the baseline. Dogs are going to get to keep the basketball. The officials now with the shot clock at 0. They may be... Are they going to put 20 on the clock? Officials are talking about it.
Are you going to put 20 or...
Yeah, they reset it to 20. I was hoping they wouldn't put 1 on it.
Well, for a second, that's what it looked like they were doing.
Hill lobs it in. Oquendo chases it down. Cario reverses towards the basket, cuts into the paint, throws it up off the backboard and the rim. No good. It was highly contested. And the one-handed shot by Oquendo, rebounded by KJ Williams for LSU. So the Tigers have it. Hannibal to the rack. And tried to lay it up. He hit the bumper guard on the underside of the backboard, but they got a foul on the Dogs on Cario.
Cario.
2 shots coming for the LSU guard, Trey Hannibal, 6'2", from Elliott, South Carolina. 71% shooter from the line this season, 67 of 94. Spent 2 years at South Carolina, 1 year at Murray State, and then transferred to LSU, and he hits the free throw here for his first point of the game. And LSU has a 5-point lead, 17-12. Officials tell Hannibal to tuck in his jersey. Neatness counts at the foul line. And the right-hander bumps and rolls it in. So he hits a pair, and the lead is now 18-12. 6-point cushion for LSU. Hill attacks the LSU defense, drives through 3 purple-clad defenders, and draws a foul as he tries to run and lay it up. He's going to get to the line and get 2 shots.
Well, at least we're attacking the basket. That was good to see.
Well, that's what Justin is good at. He's kind of relentless in that area. Doesn't always have success, but...
Well, they just hammered him, too. Looking at it on the replay. That's on the far end from us. It was a little tough to see in real time, but on the replay you could see he got hammered pretty good.
Fouls on Jalen Reed, the 6'10 freshman. And Justin Hill connects on his first foul shot of the game. Also his first point of the contest. 18-13 now. 5-point deficit for Georgia. And Hill's second free throw is up and in. Justin out. Roberts back in. Our 5. Roberts, McBride, and Oquendo. Bridges, and Ingram. We go with a little 1-2-2 zone press now as LSU will trot it into the front court with Cam Hayes. Walks on the SEC logo, middle of the floor with a 4-point lead. A high right-hand dribble by the 6'2 guard from Greensboro, North Carolina. Now it's Ward on the drive, pulls back, long 2, right of the circle, won't go. Rebound Georgia. Roberts has got it. He's got one thing in mind, take it to the rack, and he drives down the lane, tries to scoop it up.
Nope, out of bounds. Their ball.
A little out of control, Terry Roberts that time, and lost it out of bounds under the basket. Well, the plan was good. The execution lacked a little bit at the end, however. LSU with a basketball. Cam Hayes will trot it into the front court again. Left to right, LSU in purple and gold. Georgia in mostly white with a little bit of red and black. Hannibal with the ball, coming in from the right baseline. Nice pass across the paint to get it to him, and he lays it up and in from the left side.
We left him wide open because
we doubled the other guy.
Yeah, we did, as he had the baseline. And
20-14. Georgia down 6. Dogs with the ball. Roberts with his back to the defender. Spins and sweeps it over on a bounce to Bridges. Above the arc on the left side. Backdoor feed to Mardrez. Misses the layup. LSU contested it. McBride couldn't get it to go at point-blank range. LSU with the basketball. Williams drives through. That's got to be an offensive foul. Yes, it is. Williams went right through the chest of Braylon Bridges, who was about 4 feet above the restricted zone in the lane, and Williams called for the offensive foul.
That wasn't even in the equation. He was well outside the restricted zone.
KJ Williams with his first. LSU team 5th foul. Georgia with the ball down 6. 20-14, 8:49 to go, first half. Roberts lobs it to Bridges. Braylon holds it on his right hip, feeds Terry to his left. Roberts drives, pull up 2, floats it up and over the rim with one hand. Caught on the right baseline by LSU. We miss another shot there. Woo. The Dogs just 5 for 16 here in this first half. 31%. That would explain a 6-point deficit here with 8:14 to go in the first half. Reed will try a wide open 3. He said, why not? Nobody guarded him. And
left him all alone.
Splats it off the back of the rim. Rebound to the Dogs. Roberts going to drive the baseline. Ingram in the corner. Rotated around. Now Mardrez has it. Right corner 3. Short. No good. Rebound tapped out front. Collected by LSU. Hannibal with a Billy Sims drive down the lane. Had a little high step in his run. And he misses a layup. Dogs rebound, and we take it the other way. Goodness. Up and down we go, but not a lot of success either way. Entry pass to Bridges, tipped and stolen by LSU.
Poor pass.
KJ Williams, he deflected it right over to Reed. LSU will slow it down a little bit. They lead by 6. Cam Hayes with deep breaths holds the ball on his hip, goes left side to Tyrell Ward. Reed to Hannibal, near side, catch and shoot 3. Had time to look at it, missed it, went right back to him. Now check a whistle as Hannibal made sure the officials saw his reaction as he kind of amplified the contact. It was there, but it wasn't quite as he made it out to be. But they got the call. They whistle a foul on the Dogs, and we go into a timeout. 7:15 to play, half number 1. Georgia trails LSU 20-14. Back for more SEC tournament play here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
I'm driving. I joined the new Dunkin' Rewards program, and today's the day I'm going to use my points on a medium iced latte and a couple of chocolate frosted donuts.
Here you go, and thanks for being a rewards member.
And now I'm using those chocolate frosted donuts, kids, to get a few sweet, sweet, blissful minutes of beautiful relief from the never-ending onslaught of backseat bickering.
Join new Dunkin' Rewards today. Join new Dunkin' Rewards today. Save them, stack them, use them how you want. America runs on Dunkin'. Terms apply.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Dog fans, learn how you can purchase a raffle ticket to own the commemorative championship BMW M8 Competition Grand Coupe. That's a mouthful, but it's worth it. All proceeds will be split between UGA needs-based scholarship and the Atlanta Ronald McDonald House Charities. Visit BMWmeanmachine.com to learn more. Adam, the road dog, has already been there, and that's a good-looking car that you get a raffle for a chance to own it. 20-14 is our score. LSU leads Georgia. The Dogs shooting 29.5%, 5 of 17. LSU at 36.5%. They've hit 8 of 22 shots. Rebounds are pretty close. Turnovers, there's a little bit of a margin there. The Dogs have turned it over 5 times. LSU's only given it away once.
And that's not like them, as you well know.
That's kind of the difference right now. LSU scored 5 points off our turnovers. Georgia was 0 in that category. And the lead is 6. Tigers are going to have the ball. Fouls called on the Dogs' Terry Roberts prior to the timeout. So here we go. 20 on the clock for the Tigers. Bouncing into Miller, right corner. Throw it into KJ Williams across the lane. Spin move, the 7-footer. Phillips spinning jump hook, good. Phillips averages less than a point a game. He's got 4 already in the half. 22-14. LSU with its largest lead of the half at 8. Dogs ball. Jabri Abdur-Rahim is back in. Oquendo attacks. He's got the ball on the drive, and a whistle will blow in his favor as a foul is called on the LSU Tigers, rather.
He's going to shoot a couple.
That's on Adam Miller, Chuck, and that's his 3rd already in the half. Miller, a starter, averaging 12 points a game. Just picked up his 3rd foul to send Oquendo to the free throw line.
If he stays on the floor, let's go right back at him.
Cario with his first point of the game at the line. Free throw is good. Oquendo on the year got to the line 141 times in the regular season, most on the Georgia team. He hit 74% of his shots. Mike White will substitute. Braylon Bridges comes out. Frank Anselm in. And Oquendo with a second free throw to come. The right-hander from Titusville, Florida, puts it in the air, and it's good. 22-16 Tigers. LSU with the ball. Phillips, top of the key, comes to Hannibal on the right side. Hannibal hops to the elbow, sends it over to KJ Williams. The big guy plays out on the perimeter a lot. LSU works it around the perimeter. Here's Justice Williams on the right baseline to Phillips in the paint, guarded by Anselm. Puts it up with the left hand, won't go. Rebound, LSU. Hannibal's put back from the right side.
They get Terry Roberts again?
A foul, Georgia. Foul on Roberts, his second. And Hannibal, I think, will be the guy going back to the line. It will be Hannibal. They'll tell him to tuck in his jersey again. And he'll kind of tuck in the sides and leave the tail hanging out.
I've got an idea for that. I think they need to start issuing belts.
Free throw by Hannibal is on the way, and it's good. He's got 5 points in the game, 3 for 3 from the line. They could just do away with, they could go with the half shirts.
Well, that'd take care of it, wouldn't it?
They wouldn't need to tuck them in. Second free throw rolls over the rim and down to Frank Anselm. No good. Anselm got the rebound for the Dogs. 23-16, a 7-point lead. Oquendo 3 from the left corner. Hits the rim. No good. And Jabri Abdur-Rahim. Something, bodies got tangled up down there. I don't think so. I think they just separated the bodies.
Separating them? Okay.
Well, let's see. Pat Adams. I think he got Jabri with a push foul, so they called a personal on him. That's his second foul. And then they kind of got tangled up after that and had to be separated. As they like to say, you got to keep them separated. 23-16, LSU with the lead in the ball. Williams out above the 3 to give it to Hayes quickly. They rotate it right to left. It's on the far side now. And they lob it to the rim for an alley-oop dunk to the 7-footer. Phillips is wearing us out. 6 points for the 7-foot freshman already. He averages 0.7 points per game. Dogs turn it over on their end. Here comes LSU again. Bounce feed to Williams from Williams. Lay in good by the other Williams. KJ to Justice. And he serves a little justice on the Dogs to make it 27-16. LSU on a surge.
Timeout.
As the Tigers take a double-digit lead for the first time in the game with 5:30 to go. Dogs dribbled it to half court and got the timeout. Georgia's turned it over now 6 times. And LSU's cashing in 9 points off turnovers. Georgia's yet to score a point off a turnover. Well, because LSU's only given it away once.
And they lead by 11, and they've got 9 off of our turnovers, so we're being very generous.
Dogs came into the game second most turnovers in the SEC overall, over 13 a game. That dropped to 5th most in SEC play, but they're kind of leaning towards the number that they did over the course of the entire season here in this first half. Already 6 turnovers. Hey, Georgia fans, want to do an NIL deal with a dog? Go to georgiadogs.com/NIL to connect with a student athlete on a sponsorship, commercial, appearance, autograph session, and more. georgiadogs.com/NIL. Dogs to inbound after the timeout. Juice Holt checks back into the game. Feeds it into Anselm. They give it right back to Holt. Juice will dribble it with the left hand and then hand it to Terry Roberts. We're down 11 with 5:23 to go in the half. Roberts drives to the left inside the arc. Whips it back to Holt. Straightaway 3. Juice line drive misses. Rebound. We fight for it. Couldn't collect it. Just above the circle. LSU gets it. KJ Williams won the battle with Oquendo for that bouncing ball. Tigers ball, they're shooting 42%. The Dogs are at 26%. They drive now. Hannibal in traffic, throws it up high off the glass, nicks the front end of the rim, and the rebound down to Oquendo, up to Hill. Hill sprints into the front court, reverses out of the paint, feeds it back to Carrio for a straightaway 3 that he rips from the top of the key.
Been a while since we've seen us hit a 3, so.
Or a basket at all. 27-19 now. Oquendo with his first field goal of the game. He's got 5. 27-19. LSU leads by 8, and they've got the ball. They go into the big guy, give it right back to Hannibal on the right side. He drives into the paint, hops in the air, throws it into the corner. As he jumps into the air, he's swept aside.
No, they got
foul on the Dogs. I think, did they get Anselm for that?
Anselm, yeah.
That's the 7th team foul on the Dogs, however, so LSU bonus time with 4:24 remaining in the half. I believe they got Carrio, not Anselm.
Yeah, because they gave him 2.
Yep. And at the free throw line, once again, Trey Hannibal. He's the only guy that's been on the line for LSU tonight. He's 3 for 3. Correction, 3 for 4. The right-hander puts it up. Good. Now he's 4 for 5 from the line, and Georgia will bring Braylon Bridges back in and Mardrez McBride. Roberts and Anselm head out.
You know, it's nice to have Braylon in there, but we've been unable to get the ball down to the low post, down to Braylon.
Doesn't have a shot yet. He's got an assist, no rebounds or points, and no shot attempts. Hannibal, free throw, good. 28-19. LSU, Dogs ball, left into the floor. Hill dribbles. Two-handed pass to Oquendo. Drives in from the left side. Banks it home on the drive and then flexes. He got fouled. He's going to the line for an and 1.
It was a good drive by Carrio. A little bit off balance with the shot, but he got it to go, so that's good.
That'll be the 7th team foul on LSU. As we pause 10 seconds, station identification on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
Carrio strips the free throw, all net. He's got 8 points. Fouls on Hannibal for LSU, his first. So both teams in the bonus here with 4:05 to go in the half in a 29-22 contest. LSU leads by 7. Tigers with the ball. A drive, floater. Gets a kind roll off the rim from Tyrell Ward and the kiss off the square ever so softly and rolls home for it. His first basket of the contest. 31-22 now. 9-point lead for LSU. We finally get it into Bridges. And look at what happens. Jump hook over K.J. Williams is good with a left hand, and Braylon gets his first basket of the night.
No doubt. That's our bread and butter, and we just hadn't been able to do it tonight.
Need to butter that bread some more.
Yeah, we hadn't been able to get the ball down to him. Not Braylon's fault.
7-point Tiger lead. Shoot the three. Missed it badly with Oquendo contesting. Offensive rebound LSU. Try another one straight on. Justice Williams. Straight on three is good.
And that's because we missed the defensive rebound.
He didn't play in the last 4 games. Didn't play against Georgia in the last meeting in the regular season. That's his first basket of the night. Hill turns it over on the offensive end for the Dogs. 3-on-2. And LSU going to miss the layup as Hannibal crashes into the photographers on the baseline. Dogs with an advantage by a man. It's 5-on-4. Hill down the lane, and the layup good.
That made the difference, didn't it?
Somebody was open because Hannibal got tangled up in the photographers. Back on the other end of the floor. 34-26 now, LSU leads. Dogs down 8. Tigers with the ball. 2.5 minutes to go, first half. Reed, easy three-point shot, wide open, but he missed it off the side of the rim. Foul on the rebound. Going to be called on Georgia. That's not good. Juice Holt whistled for the foul. And after a missed shot, we needed to take that.
Needed to
go the other way with it.
Then we didn't.
No, LSU's going to have it. When we come back, they'll be at the line. With 2:27 remaining, Tigers 34, Georgia 26. More SEC tournament action after this on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Shopify presents cool sheets from AHA to
lying awake while you bake isn't cool. I suffered from the wrong kind of hot in bed, heat-induced insomnia. That was my aha moment. Bed sheets that keep you cool. Then I thought, how do I even sell bed sheets? That's when I had the idea that made it all possible, signing up on Shopify. With the help of Shopify's intuitive online store creator, I started selling sustainable bamboo sheets that keep cool year-round. And my cool idea became a reality. Hot sleepers around the world rejoice. Shopify makes it simple to keep your cool while starting and growing your business. Start selling with Shopify today and join the commerce platform powering millions of businesses worldwide. From AHA to anything is possible.
This is Possibility, powered by Shopify. Start selling online today. Sign up for a free trial at shopify.com/free23. Shopify.com/free23.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
Get your 2022 Regions Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa debit card. Regions is the official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC, terms, conditions, and fees may apply as we recap the first half. Dogs' last lead came at 7-6 with 16:07 to go in the first half. LSU took the lead, and they've been in front since. They went up by as much as 11 after a short 5-0 run, 27-16. Leading scorers in the game for the Tigers, Trey Hannibal with 7, a couple of guys with 6. Phillips off the bench. That's like finding gold when he scores, and he's got 6 points. Also, Adam Miller with 6. The leading scorer for Georgia is Cario Oquendo with 8. Terry Roberts had 7 early on, but we haven't heard from Terry offensively in a little bit. And right now it's 34-26 Tigers.
And, if you combine the turnovers, which right now we're -6 there, 7-1. We've turned it over 7 times. And then you look at this. They've got 7 offensive rebounds.
That's just not that's not Georgia basketball. We have got to do a better job on the defensive boards and stop them from getting these offensive rebounds. They're out rebounding us though 18-15 overall, but we have got to do a better job of blocking out and cutting them down to one shot and done, one and done.
Here's KJ Williams at the line for LSU. Free throw is good, and he's one of the best rebounders in the league, and offensive rebounders at that. He's got 6 in the game here in the first half, and he connects on that foul shot. 5 points, 6 boards for the second-team All-SEC player. He does a little shoulder shimmy before he fires it up there, and he knocks it down good. I don't think I've ever seen that as part of a free throw routine. Spin the ball, shimmy your shoulders, and shoot it. Here's Hill with the drive. Sweeping left-hand layup, won't go. Hits off the glass, comes down to LSU on the rebound.
Another missed layup.
Yep. Tigers up 10, 36-26, and they've got the ball. 2:09 to go in the half. Justice Williams drives from the right corner, curls around all the way to the left wing, feeds KJ Williams, spins in the circle, works against Bridges, puts it up with the right hand, won't go. They get the board, and a foul called on the Dogs. So here we go, back to the line again for LSU.
I mean, you can see what the trouble is, and a lot of this, I think, Scott, I think we're letting our problems, our woes on the offensive end carry over to the defensive end, and vice versa to a great extent. We're struggling defensively, and we're letting that bother us on the offensive end.
Jalen Reed, the 6'10 freshman, at the free throw line where he connects on his first attempt. The foul, by the way, was on Mardraez McBride, who exits the game now. Terry Roberts back in. Reed on the year, just 52% from the foul line. And he makes both of those his first points of the game. And LSU with its largest lead of the half at 12, 38-26. 1:49 to go. Dogs ball on the left end of the floor. Hill's picked up his dribble. Short bounce to Bridges. Back to Hill on the give and go. He's walloped under the basket as he tried to go up and dunk it from the left side. They just body checked him. They do play hockey in this building. And that was a hockey check into the boards right there by LSU. 2 shots coming for the Dogs.
And the boards were on the floor.
Reed got his money's worth that time. He got body and arm in the face and in the chest. Well, he didn't make the shot, though, right? That's the objective. Second foul on Reed. And Justin Hill at the line connecting on the free throw. He's 3 for 3 in the game. That's one area where the Dogs are strong here in the first half. 6 for 6 from the line. But LSU has only missed 1 of their 10, so they're doing pretty well there as well. Justin hits them both. He's got 6 points for the Dogs. And the lead is back to 10 for LSU, 38-28. 100 seconds to go. A little bit less than that now. 90 seconds to go, actually. Half number 1. LSU with the ball. Hayes works against Roberts. They work on the far side of the floor now to Justice Williams. He'll skip it back to Hayes along the baseline. Pull-up jumper. Good by Tyrell Ward. He hit about a 13, 14-footer from the right side. Again, a 12-point lead for the Tigers. And now Oquendo dribbles it into the lane, and a reach-in foul called on LSU. And 1-and-1 coming for the Dogs on the 8th team foul on the Tigers. That'll put Oquendo at the line for the bonus opportunity. 40-28 Tigers. Georgia won the regular season meeting 65-63 in Athens. Oquendo's free throw, number 1, going to roll in there good. It hung on the rim.
Wow.
Got the roll and the bounce. Carrio now with 9. He's our leading scorer. 4 for 4 from the line. He'll get a second free throw here. It's in the air and good. Oquendo in double figures. Unfortunately, the deficit for Georgia is also double figures. It's 10 points, 40-30 Tigers. Less than a minute to go in the half now. LSU with the ball. Working around the perimeter into the right corner for a three. Ward misses. Offensive rebound. Feed Ward along the baseline. Two-handed dunk, LSU. Who called the time?
I think Jordan.
LSU. Did LSU call the time? Right after the dunk, or is there a clock problem perhaps? Pat Adams, the official, is at the scores table putting on the headset and going to look at some video. I'm not sure what they're looking at. They called the timeout. LSU called a time, Adam tells me. Thank you. Okay. Call a 30-second timeout after the dunk by Tyrell Ward. So LSU, Chuck, getting some points from places they don't normally get it. Ward only averages 3.5. He's got 6.5. Sean Phillips doesn't even average a point per game. He's got 6 here in the first half. And KJ Williams hasn't really had to carry the load for them. He's their leading scorer at 17.5 a game. He's got a couple of field goals and a couple of free throws. So they're spreading it around, certainly much better than the Dogs have.
And they're moving the ball around. They're finding open shots, and then when they miss them, they're cleaning up the mess. They're getting the offensive rebounds and putting them back, or they're getting the offensive rebounds and finding a guy running on the baseline all by himself, hit him and let him dunk it. And I've seen that too many times here in the first half. And, you said we wanted to play this game in the 60s. You thought in the 60s Georgia's got real good chance to win it. And, you can do the math. 42 points and a half doesn't get you there.
Not unless they stay in the locker room at the half. First meeting with LSU in tournament play since 2013 for Georgia. That was a team that featured KCP for the Bulldogs. He had a big game and a loss to the Tigers. He went for 32 and 13 in that contest for the Dogs, and they came up 5 points short. Contavious Caldwell-Pope was the SEC Player of the Year that season as the Dogs throw it away on a bounce down to Braylon Bridges. Hill bounced it out of his reach and goes out of bounds along the baseline under the basket. Dogs turned it over for the 8th time in the half. Up 12, the Tigers will inbound the basketball. Mike White to substitute, Moncrief in, Abdur Rahim out, also Anselm back in for Bridges.
We're seeing some very uncharacteristic mistakes by these Dogs. The mistakes that normally Justin Hill doesn't make that bad a pass.
21 seconds to go. Dogs with a little bit of backcourt pressure. LSU will hold for the final shot. Matt McMahon out of the coach's box across the way for LSU, but nobody seems to care about that. Here's 8 seconds to go. LSU with the ball, looking for one shot with 4, with 3. They'll take it from the left wing. Missed the 3. Hill rebounds, and he can't get the shot up before the end of the half as he pulls it down at a half-court line and then turns the other way and heads to the locker room. So after one half of play, advantage LSU. Tigers up by 12.
Well, up by 12, and Georgia just not playing well on either end of the ball, either end of the floor. Offensively, defensively. I mean, you want to name a phase of the game, I can point and tell you that Georgia's not playing well in that phase. They're not rebounding well. They're not passing the ball well, handling the ball well. They're not defending well, and they're certainly not shooting the ball well. So, I mean, you're really lucky to only be down 12 points at this point in this contest. You've got to go in, get these mistakes corrected, and get out here and go at it in the second half and show what kind of character you're made of. Now, I've heard coaches and Coach White among them say that, coaches have an expression. Sometimes the season gets too long for guys. And maybe the season's got too long for some of these guys. And if that's the case, then that's the case. We'll have to live with it. But I'll tell you what, I think that these guys have more character than to go in and get corrected the mistakes they've made here in the first half.
Well, they're going to try to sort it out in the locker room and figure out why they're down 12 against a team that has only one win since December 28th. LSU 42, Georgia 30 at intermission. When we come back, it's the Georgia Power halftime report with Luke Nadkarni. He's in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Lots of postseason tournament basketball going on around the country, and Luke will tell us about it when we continue here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last time out? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the ifs in sports. Regions helps you embrace the if in life.
Member FDIC.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back. So grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get a dose. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Domino's, we're so obsessed with pizza, we'll try to turn pretty much anything into pizza. Sizzling pizza fajitas, pizza milkshake. Probably not the best pizza ideas, but a great idea? Domino's new loaded tots. We bake our tots hot and crispy and load them up with melty cheese and delicious toppings, just like our pizza. From savory Philly cheesesteak to craveable cheddar bacon and mouthwatering melty 3 cheese, Domino's new loaded tots are just like Domino's pizza, only on tots. Can someone turn a fan on in here? Try Domino's new loaded tots next time you order.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Report. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power, proud to power the Georgia Bulldogs, live from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's your host, Luke Nadkarni.
Dogs down 12 to LSU from the Music City at the half. Luke Nadkarni here with you in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios as we begin the Georgia Power Halftime Report. And this is the second of 2 games tonight in the SEC tournament. In the first, it was a tight affair in the 12 versus 13 matchup.
7 seconds on the shot clock, 18.7 to go in the game. Into White. White drives to the baseline, double teamed, in trouble, fadeaway. 10 seconds. James White double team, fades back and drills the shot, and the Rebels are up by 5, 66-61.
David Kellum on the call from the Ole Miss Radio Network. The Rebels outlast South Carolina 67-61, and they will play Tennessee tomorrow in the 13-5 matchup, second game of the day. Today's halftime report is presented by Georgia Power. At Georgia Power, we know making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow. Georgia Power, building the future of energy today. We'll take a time out and check on some other games across conference tournaments right after this. 42-30 is our score. LSU in front. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
Mom, hey, I'm driving. I joined the new Dunkin' Rewards program, and today's the day I'm going to use my points on a medium iced latte and a couple of chocolate frosted donuts.
Here you go, and thanks for being a rewards member.
And now I'm using those chocolate frosted donuts, kids, to get a few sweet, sweet, blissful minutes of beautiful relief from the never-ending onslaught of backseat bickering.
Join new Dunkin' Rewards today. Join new Dunkin' Rewards today. Save them, stack them, use them how you want. America runs on Dunkin'. Terms apply.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number? Not me.
Nope.
Nuh-uh. Oh no, he's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com/aware. Identity theft protection starts here.
Spring is almost here. You know what that means. Home projects and honey-do lists are in the making. Hi, John Patrick from Mr. Sparky. Whether you're adding a hot tub or making your dream outdoor kitchen, adding landscape lighting to beautify your home, or just refreshing the lighting in your house, call the experts at Mr. Sparky to help with all of your electrical jobs. Mr. Sparky has the background checked and drug-tested professionals ready to help with any size project. You can even add that whole house generator for peace of mind during the stormy summer months. They sell and install the best Briggs & Stratton generators. Call 706-503-7776 now for a free, no-obligation generator quote with great financing available with your good credit. Also online, MrSparkyAugusta.com.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield and JMI Sports under the broadcast rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Georgia trails LSU 42-30 at halftime in the first round of the SEC tournament in Nashville. Luke Ned Carney back with you for a check of other conference tournament games going on in action. LSU and Georgia, of course, our score 42-30. Out in the Pac-12 in Las Vegas, 17:41 to play in the second half. Stanford leads Utah 38-29 in the Big 12, 15:43 to play in the second. 8-21 Minnesota looking to upset Nebraska. They're just 2-17 in the Big 12 the Big 10 are the Golden Gophers. 50-42 Minnesota in front in that ball game. In Bedlam in the 10-7 game in the Big 12 tournament, Oklahoma State leads Oklahoma 26-20. And in the ACC tournament, hot shooting NC State shoots 64% in the first half. They build a 53-26 lead over Virginia Tech in Greensboro. And from the Diamond Dogs beat Georgia Southern 9-4, improving their record to 10-3 on the season. Dogs sweep 2 games from the Eagles this week. Most important score as far as we're concerned, LSU 42, Georgia 30. Dogs with some work to do in Nashville. We'll take a timeout and send it back to Bridgestone Arena right after this. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
When you look to Northside Hospital Heart Institute, you see excellence. With a mission to heal your heart, we use the most innovative techniques and treatments, all to provide patients customized options and the most effective outcomes. Northside's cardiac surgery program has earned the highest rating given by the Society of Thoracic Surgeons for both open heart surgery and aortic valve replacement. No matter how routine or complex your heart care, you can always look to Northside. To learn more, visit northside.com/excellence.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Domino's, we're so obsessed with pizza, we'll try to turn pretty much anything into pizza. Sizzling pizza fajitas? Pizza milkshake. Probably not the best pizza ideas, but a great idea? Domino's new loaded tots. We bake our tots hot and crispy and load them up with melty cheese and delicious toppings, just like our pizza. From savory Philly cheesesteak to craveable cheddar bacon and mouthwatering melty 3 cheese, Domino's new loaded tots are just like Domino's pizza, only on tots. Can someone turn a fan on in here? Try Domino's new loaded tots next time you order.
3. From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
Halftime in the SEC tournament, opening night here in Nashville. Ole Miss advanced with a win over South Carolina in Game 1. Georgia trailing LSU here at the half, 42-30. In Game 2, the winner of this one gets Vanderbilt tomorrow night in this same time slot. So the Dogs with some work to do if they are to be the team that is playing on Thursday night here in Nashville. Let's check our first half stats. They're brought to you by Northside Hospital, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. With expertise in maternity, orthopedics, heart, cancer, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital. Georgia shot 38% in the first half, 9 of 24. LSU, 41% after 20 minutes of play, 15 of 37. Both teams hit just three three-pointers in the half. LSU 3 of 13, Georgia 3 of 10. Both teams were very good at the foul line as well. The Dogs made all 9 of their shots. LSU 9 of 10. And then here's where some of the problems begin. For Georgia, 8 first-half turnovers, only 1 for LSU. 9 points off turnovers for LSU. Georgia at 0. LSU plus 5 on the backboards as well. They're out rebounding Georgia 21-16. Tigers with 9 offensive rebounds, only 3 for the Dogs. Leading scorers in the game, Georgia, Cario Oquendo with 10 points. Terry Roberts has 7. Justin Hill with 6. And for LSU, leading scorer is Trey Hannibal with 7. Then they have 4 players with 6 points, including 2 off the bench in that first half. Adam Miller with 6. Sean Phillips, the 7-foot freshman, with 6, averages less than 1 a game. Tyrell Ward with 6. And K.J. Williams, who averages 17.5, has 6 after one half of play.
But Scott, those second chance points, 16-2 second chance points. 16-2.
And a 12-point LSU lead at intermission, 42-30. Second half when we come back on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Some people like A and others like B. At BMW, we prefer X. Like the dynamic X3, meant for ultimate exploration. The X5, built to conquer even the most difficult paths. Or the pinnacle of comfort and luxury, the X7. And since every X-Range vehicle is packed with performance and versatility, you'll always get the best of X. The BMW X-Range. Your next X-Venture starts here.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com today. Go Dogs!
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get cash for kicks at Plato's Closet in Macon. We buy your cool, gently used shoes and pay cash on the spot. You know you have shoes just sitting in your closet that are in great condition. Bring in your athletic shoes, dress shoes, and casual shoes and get paid. From flats to flip-flops and sandals to sneakers, sell your shoes from top brands to Plato's Closet. Get cash for your kicks and make today a payday at Plato's Closet in Macon on Tom Hill Senior Parkway between Kroger and Urban Air. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
We're pretty lucky around here because for the most part, with the exception of a few days here and there, we can play golf year-round. The best place to play in Columbia County is Bartram Trail. Hi, John Patrick for Bartram Trail. It's the only public course in Columbia County. It's not private. You can come out and play anytime. Now, Bartram does have members, and you know what? There are some really good perks that come with memberships, but everybody's welcome to come out. The new owners have made a lot of improvements in the short time they've owned it. The latest, they're renovating the restaurant Tavern on the Trail. It's going to be bigger and better shortly. But until then, we got a food truck on site to take care of you. Believe it or not, they're already booking tea times for the first full week in April. Not too early to get yours set up. They're offering a special deal. Find out more by going online or picking up the phone and calling them. Find out more at BartramTrailGolfClub.org.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
Second half just about ready to get started. Georgia down 12, 42-30 to LSU. And this one not really like the first meeting in Athens last month. 65-63 was the final there. The Dogs came out on top on Valentine's Day, but has not won a game since beating LSU. LSU's won only once since last year, December 28th. They beat Arkansas in the SEC opener, and they've got one win since then, and that was over Vanderbilt in their only other SEC victory this season. Tigers with the ball to start the second half, and here we go. LSU now will work from right to left from our vantage point across from the benches here in Nashville. Lead by 12, first touch of the second half belonging to the Tigers, and Hannibal works the dribble, gets a screen from Williams. Still dribbling, drives on the baseline, passes across the paint, threw it away. Dogs deflect the errant pass and come up with a steal. Yeah, Quindo went to the floor after he deflected the ball over to Roberts. Dogs with the possession now. Down a dozen, got to start pecking away.
Georgia was in a zone defense and worked real well, kind of caught the Tigers a little off guard.
Roberts on the drive to draw the attention and the defense in, and then sends it to Moncrief on a bounce baseline pass, and M.A. lays it up and in. Second basket of the game for Moncrief. First points of the second half. It's a 10-point LSU lead. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Jalen Reed and LSU as he drives right into the Georgia defender. Hits him in the chest with the shoulder. Was that Bridges that took the blow? He's grabbing at his ribs. It was indeed. He took a pretty good shot from Jalen Reed. Reed with his third foul for LSU.
Braylon's taking a couple of tough charges.
And the Dogs throw it away right into our bench. Just got the ball into half court. Threw it right out of bounds on the left side. 10th turnover, I believe. Well, they're saying 9 on our stat monitor. LSU with the ball. Up 42-32. Just underway here in the second half. Cam Hayes takes it across the timeline, goes to Miller, who had 3 fouls in the first half. Phillips in the game early here in the second half, the 7-footer, and he just tapped out a miss on a rebound. Miller going towards the basket, angles to the left side, misses the one-hander. Offensive rebound, Phillips throws up a high, wild shot off the glass, and the rebound going to go out of bounds on the near sideline. It'll be Georgia basketball.
And that wasn't anything by us. That was because LSU just mishandled their third rebound opportunity.
Dogs down 10 with the ball. Roberts getting instructions from the Georgia bench, and head coach Mike White now goes into motion. Stops at the elbow, skips it into Bridges. He baseline spins, jump hook, good with a left hand, Braylon. Second basket of the game for Bridges. It's an 8-point LSU lead, 42-34. Tigers ball in the front court. KJ Williams above the arc, goes right to Cam Hayes. They rotate it the other way, near side to Miller. Drives to the top of the key, sends it on a bounce to Phillips. He bumps with Bridges. And the 7-footer is too much for Braylon to handle. He puts it over him, up and in. He's got 8 points already. And that is a season high. That's double his season high, as a matter of fact. His season high was 4. He's got 8. 44-34. LSU leads. Dogs get in deep with M.A., and he muscles it up and in again.
M.A. starting to come alive offensively. We could certainly use it. We need his size inside.
Moncrief with 6. For the 6'8 transfer from Oklahoma State. LSU answers, however, to regain the 10-point lead. 46-36. Tigers in front. Dogs with the ball. Here's Roberts between the circles. Gets a screen from Bridges. Dribbles to his right. Still dribbling. Oh, behind his head pass to Braylon. Couldn't finish. He got fouled, however, on the left edge of the lane.
That was a beautiful pass.
That was a playground pass.
Yeah, it was.
Just flipped it right behind his head with his right hand over to Braylon Bridges. But Bridges got contact from LSU on the shot attempt, and they'll send it to the foul line. Foul on KJ Williams. His second. Bridges to the line for the first time in the game. And Braylon's a good free throw shooter at 80%. Free throw good. Braylon now with 5 points in the contest. Chuck, you were pointing out we haven't been able to get him the ball a whole lot. He's made both of the shots that he's taken in the game, 2 for 2. And he hits a pair of foul shots there. Usually good things happen when we get him the ball.
Yeah, and not only that, as far as scoring goes, but we seem to get other players in foul trouble. You know, he's good at drawing fouls underneath.
Braylon comes out of the ball game.
Georgia full court press.
Yeah, Holt's on the ball, and Miller can't get it in. He gets it in late to Williams. Now they get it back to Miller. He sprints into the front court, right to left, to Hannibal. Pull up on the left baseline, misses the jumper. Rebound, Phillips, the big 7-footer. Kick out for a 3 straight on. Hayes misses it off the rim. Moncrief rebounds for the Dogs. M.A. with a high bounce, 2 dribbles into the front court. Still with the basketball, threw it away on the wing. Hayes tried to save it, but he's out of bounds for LSU. Dogs will have it. Fortunate break for the Bulldogs there, as they'll inbound front court on the far sideline near half court. 46-38 is our score. LSU in front by 8 with 16:36 to go in the game. Justin Hill is on the floor along with Moncrief, Anselm, Holt, and Roberts. Juice has got the ball far side. Dribbles it with a right hand, now turns and hands it off to Hill, who comes to retrieve the basketball. 10 on the shot clock for Justin. Low crossover dribble to Moncrief. Here he goes. Moncrief, runner, off the glass, won't go, and a foul on the rebound, says Pat Adams. Let's check the call.
Is it M.A.? Yep. M.A. Moncrief.
That's the first on Moncrief. And LSU will have possession. They lead by 8. Pressure in the backcourt by the Dogs again. And Hannibal and Miller lob it to each other to beat the pressure and get it up into the front court. LSU basketball, they've led for a good portion of this ball game now. Georgia's last lead came about the 16-minute mark in the first half, 7-6. Williams going to drive against M.A. Moncrief at the end of that play, muscles it up and over. The Oklahoma State transfer, a running layup for the big, hefty K.J. Williams. Williams now with 8 points in the game and a 10-point LSU lead, 48-38. Roberts with the ball for the Dogs just inside the half-court line, guarded by Adam Miller for LSU. Roberts has picked up his dribble, left of the lane. Holt comes to retrieve the ball. Feeds it on a bounce to Anselm. Has trouble with the dribble. Baseline spin. Air balls on the shot. Right over to K.J. Williams. Easy catch and run the other way for the Tigers. Dogs got to give it a better effort than that. Tigers ball. Here's Williams, top of the key, guarded by Holt in that defensive scheme for Georgia. Miller has it now. Reverses. Phillips, one bounce. Drops it over to Hannibal with 8 on the shot clock for the Tigers. Hannibal by Anselm, reverse lay-in, spins off the rim, won't go. Roberts the rebound. Dogs have numbers for a second. Hill into the paint, zigzags, reverse, pivot, puts it up, spins it home. Oh, my goodness.
Underneath the 7-footer.
Justin Hill with the bucket to make it 48-40. First points of the game, or the second half, rather, for Hill. He's got 8 in the game. LSU ball. They attack with Miller. Runs out of room on the baseline. They called Dogs for a blocking foul on the baseline near the
Juice bumped
left edge of the backboard. Foul on Holt gets us into a timeout. Second foul of the game on Juice. 14:27 to go. Timeout in Nashville. It's LSU 48, Georgia 40. Back for more SEC tournament action on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
College sports is full of great trash talkers. But what speaks louder than a verbal smackdown are stats. So we'll let Ford F-Series speak for itself. Like advanced capabilities, intelligent towing, smart technology, and 45 years as America's best-selling truck. That's Ford F-Series. Custom order your 2023 F-150 at your local Ford dealer, a proud supporter of college athletics. Some models, trims, and features may not be available based on 1977 to 2021 CY total sales.
Georgia is our home. That's why at Georgia Power, we're building the future of energy. Over the last decade, we've invested nearly $10 billion to strengthen the electric grid, installing new substations, upgrading transformers, moving power lines underground, and investing in cleaner energy. We're making the electric grid more resilient and reliable for you and for future generations. At Georgia Power, we know that making smart investments today prepares us to meet our customers' needs tomorrow.
At Kroger, you can find the highest quality products at a great price in every aisle, every day with Kroger brand. So you can stock up on your household favorites that are tried, tested, and loved by you. Because when you get the products you love at great prices, it feels like winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Simply the best.
Georgia basketball brought to you by your Atlanta area BMW centers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, they only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. So visit BMWATL.com today, proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics, and go Dogs.
Scott, while I'm thinking about it, I want to mention this, those who have an opportunity and have the SEC network. If you get a chance, they are running a documentary right now. It's in 7 parts, but it is outstanding. It's on the history of Southeastern Conference basketball. And, I mean, it goes into great stories. I mean, going all the way back to Adolph Rupp and the Kentucky Wildcats back when Rupp first came to Kentucky and kind of got basketball started in this conference. I mean, Pete Maravich at LSU, Dominique Wilkins with the Bulldogs, and the great runs of the team that Hugh Durham had put together in 80. There are just some great stories in it. And so if you get a chance to watch it, please do. It goes into the women's basketball. Andy Landers is prominently featured. Please check it out.
48-40, LSU leads. They've got the ball. We've got a little more than 14 minutes remaining. Williams for 3. Misses it from the left slot. Rebound. Jabri Abdur-Rahim for the Dogs. Georgia down 8, can cut into that a little bit more here if they convert on this possession. Hill reverses towards the basket. Ward guards. Tried to get it into Bridges. Deflection by LSU. Ball tumbles over to the Tigers, and they get a steal.
Yeah, Justin has had any number of just errant passes trying to go inside.
Miller misses the left-handed jumper, top of the key. Rebound to the Dogs. LSU's leaving the door open. Dogs just got to convert. 8-point lead for the Tigers, 48-40. Roberts with the ball. Holds it on his right hip. Now dribbles it slow through the legs. Screen and roll. Bridges. Roberts decides to go in that area as well. Now he'll give it to Braylon on the bounce. He has the ball knocked out of his hands, and a foul whistled against LSU. Foul's going to be on Tyrell Ward, 6'6" freshman forward. Picks up his first, team's third. Georgia will have it out of bounds right of the basket with 13:19 to go, still down 8. Roberts will inbound the ball, adjusts his white headband. Now he looks ready to go. 5 count at 3. Now he gives it into Bridges. Right back to Terry. Thought about the 3. Now he's going to drive. Baseline. Up and under. Won't go. Follow. Won't go. Couldn't tap it up and in on his own miss. And LSU collects the rebound on the right baseline. Terry missed a couple of cracks at it. LSU ball, an 8-point lead, 48-40.
3 straight possessions we've had without a bucket.
Hayes with the drive. Holt with a block. Juice with a rejection. Dogs run it the other way. Jabri for 3. Yeah! Left corner 3. Jabri Abdur-Rahim. That's a Scana Energy 3-point basket, and that draws the Dogs within 5. We were down a dozen at the half. Georgia's whittled it down to 5 points, 48-43. LSU ball. Reed has it, the 6'10 freshman. Skips it over to Williams into the corner. They rotate it back to Reed. Top of the key. He drives, switches hands, left-hander, won't go. Offensive rebound, K.J. Williams, his putback will go.
He went right around Terry Roberts, and Terry had a chance to block him out, just didn't get that butt in the gut.
Jalen Reed at 6'10 and 230, looking like a guard driving down the lane. He was bailed out by Williams, however. Jabri fouled on a three-point miss on the left side. He airballed it because he got hammered. And that's on Reed. And that's going to be 3 free throws for the Dogs after the timeout. We hit the 12-minute mark. LSU by 7, 50-43. Back to Nashville right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
This is your home of the Dogs. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
When Shopify says you can sell anywhere, oh, they mean it. Woo, hold up. Just got a new sale. Order fulfilled and shipped. Inventory level's good. Whoa, Shopify doesn't mind if you're at sea level. Or on top of the world. You can run and grow your business anywhere. Climbing mountains is never easy, but at least Shopify gives me all the tools I need for my business to hit new peaks.
Whether you're selling carrot beaters or crop tops, start selling with Shopify today and join the platform simplifying commerce for millions of businesses worldwide. We've built the platform so you can keep climbing and grow your business to new heights.
With Shopify, you really can sell to anyone, from anywhere.
This is Possibility, powered by Shopify. Start selling online today. Sign up for a free trial at shopify.com/free23. 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 Internet connection required. Not available on mountaintops or seafloors.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
No one gets you closer to SEC basketball than Sirius XM. You can download the Sirius XM app and tune into Sirius XM SEC Radio for news, talk, and analysis throughout the college basketball season, which is winding down here in the month of March. Try it out today. And take your Georgia Bulldogs with you on your phone, online, and at home. No car required. Jabri Abdur-Rahim with a three-pointer. A few moments ago, the first of the half by the Dogs that we've taken and that we've made. And now Abdur-Rahim at the foul line for 3 free throws after Jalen Reed committed his 4th foul for LSU. So Jabri's been a good free throw shooter this season, 82% from the line for the Virginia transfer. Free throw number 1, going to bounce and roll in there good. Got rim and glass and bottom. 2 more to go, 50-44 now. LSU in front. Second free throw is all net. Jabri gets a 5 from Terry Roberts behind him at the line. Now, 3rd and final foul shot. No good. A rebound tipped and controlled by LSU. A little too deep on that 3rd one by Jabri. So the lead is 5 for LSU. 50-45. It was a dozen at the half. We've got 11:49 to go. Tigers have the ball. Ward puts it on the floor, drives from the left angle, rolls it up over the rim on the running layup. Rebound on the right baseline. Abdur-Rahim for the Dogs. He feeds Hill, takes it across the timeline. Going to the basket. They let him. Oh, wow, they blocked the shot off the glass. No call there. Dogs get the deflection, and Bridges is going to put it up and in and score.
You got it down to a one-possession game now. Dogs with a nice little run.
I was surprised that wasn't a goaltend on Phillips, but they let him play on. Dogs got the basket anyway. It's a 3-point game. 50-47, Dogs trail. LSU, a catch-and-shoot 3. Missed it deep. Rebound. K.J. Williams mistimed his jump. Jabri got it. Dogs with the ball. We could tie with a 3 after being down a dozen. Hill goes for the tie. Can't get it. Flat off the back of the rim. Rebound Phillips for LSU. Tigers running it right to left. here in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena. Good portion of the crowd still remaining here in Game 2 of the session tonight. And the Dogs have come back from a dozen down. We're down 3 now, still haven't led here in the half. Cam Hayes around the screen. They run an alley-oop to Phillips, and the Dogs foul to prevent the dunk. And that's going to be free throws coming for LSU. 2 shots. That's on M.A. again. That's his second foul, and that puts the big guy, the freshman Phillips, 7 feet, 245 from Dayton, Ohio, on the line for the first time. He's only taken 7 foul shots all season long. He's made 4. First time on the line tonight. The right-hander spins it, puts it in the air, back rim, crawls up on top of the backboard, bounces down to the rim again, and falls off, no good. Braylon heads to the bench for the Dogs as Anselm comes in. Phillips will get another shot. Dogs with a great surge here in the second half. They've outscored LSU 17-8 here in the second half thus far. Phillips waiting to get the ball from Pat Adams. He's just standing in the lane holding onto the basketball. Now we'll continue. He'll bounce it to Phillips, and here we go. Second and final free throw. Ball's in the air. Hits the right side of the rim. Moncrief rebounds. Dogs again can tie with a 3. Hill with the dribble. Screened by Anselm. On the wing. Backs it up towards the half-court line. Now moves between the circles. Still dribbling and looking. Shot clock's at 15. Hill lobs it into the paint to Moncrief. Into the corner to Jabri. Puts it on the floor. Drives in. Mid-range 2. In and out. No good. Rebound. Moncrief and Williams. Jump ball. They tie it up. Moncrief still playing.
That'll be Dogs basketball.
But they've blown the whistle and called the tie-up. And Georgia does have the arrow. And the officials are in there telling Georgia and LSU, when you hear the whistle, you got to stop playing.
The Dogs playing with a lot more energy now in this run. They've got some things to go their way. Some good defensive plays, some good offensive plays. Now they got a little more energy, a little more pep in the step.
Dogs waiting to throw it in.
Well, they got to have the ball.
Yeah, Roberts didn't even have the ball. And the officials are already talking to LSU's players because we were moving without the ball. We inbounded to Jabri. He's moving with the ball now. Drives down the lane, stripped out of his hands as he jumps in the air. It's out on LSU. It'll be Dogs' possession on the right baseline. 10:07 to go in the game. 17 on the shot clock for the Dogs, down 3. Roberts slaps the ball, looks under the basket, still looking. Now Abdul Rahim, but a whistle blows on the far side of the floor as Jabri strips the 3 after the play.
They get a foul. Did they get a foul on LSU? Holding, coming across the...
The whistle blew.
Yeah, they put 20 back up.
Dogs will inbound it now from the left baseline. Roberts has the ball in his hands. He's looking. 3 count, 4 count. Give it to Abdur Rahim. He dropped it initially, but picked it up. Had room to spare on the sideline. Fortunately, he was right in front of our bench. Almost lost it out of bounds. Roberts has it with 9 on the clock. Terry puts it in the air from left of the lane. Rolls off the rim, and the rebound down to LSU. Hannibal has it. We've had a couple of chances to try to tie or close the gap even more. Can't do it. Looked like Miller walked out on the other end.
Oh, he did.
But he had the ball stripped out of his hands. LSU picks it up. They continue the possession. Tigers with the ball. Go to Williams on the right side. He's into a double. Turn, jump hook on the baseline. Won't go. Offensive rebound, Hannibal for LSU. And the Tiger guard stumbles to his feet, keeps possession of the basketball. Now tries to drive on Roberts. Curls under the basket. Bounces it into the paint. Phillips, the big 7-footer, receiving into that bounce pass. Spins towards the basket and gets fouled by Anselm. Big Frank with a foul, his first.
Giving him 2 shots.
Clock stops at 9:18 to go in the game, and the Tigers are still in front by 3. 50-47. Phillips will try to add to that lead here at the foul line. He was there a few moments ago and missed both of his free throws. 8 points in the game, a season high for the 7-foot freshman. That free throw is good. Phillips has been big for LSU, and I don't mean that literally because he is
well,
big.
he's been that too.
But in the scorebook with 9 points already, he came into the game averaging less than a point a game. Misses that second free throw, dipped in and got spit out by the basket. Holt rebounds for the Dogs. That might be the play on him. Keep putting him at the free throw line. 51-47, Tigers by 4, Dogs with the ball. Holt, left wing, holds it high, fakes into the corner, gives it out front to Roberts between the circles. Terry dribbles to his left. Bridges on the block, has a bullet pass, puts it up high in the air, and a foul is called as the ball goes high off the top of the backboard and floats down to the surface.
Scott, I'll tell you right now, if this is going to come down to a free throw shooting contest between our big guy and their big guy, we win.
Yeah, hands down at Braylon Bridges is 80% from the line. Phillips has gone 1 for 4 here in the second half. So Bridges on the foul line. After the foul on LSU, 2 shots here. Free throw. Oh, will bounce on the rim twice and kick away. No good.
I shouldn't have said anything.
His first miss of the night. LSU 1 for their last 9 on the other end of the floor. And no field goals in almost 3.5 minutes. Georgia's had a scoring drought of 2.5 minutes. And Bridges at the free throw line ends that with a foul shot. And again, it's a 3-point game, 51-48, Tigers in front. Hannibal into the front court, pushes it left to K.J. Williams. Wants the 3-ball bad, but he misses another one too deep off the rim, and the rebound is lost out of bounds by the Tigers. It'll be Georgia basketball. They'll bring it up the length of the floor. K.J. Williams, 42% on threes this year, 0 for 4 tonight. Dogs can tie it with a 3 with 8.5 minutes to play. Holt has the ball above the arc, bounces it into M.A. They were holding and fouling. Foul called on Phillips. And he can't believe it. He is what you call incredulous.
Is that his 4th or 3rd?
I got him with 3.
Okay.
That's the 7th for LSU, however, so the Dogs are in the bonus with 8:27 to go. And that's what M.A. will be shooting right here, a 1-and-1. Moncrief has had his struggles at the line, just 50%. Puts it high in the air, throws it up too deep off the back of the rim and misses. Rebound Hannibal for LSU. He'll walk this one into the front court, right to left. His purple jersey untucked as he moves to the right. Now backs up above the three-point line. 8:08, 8:07 to go. Hannibal still with the ball in his hands. Wants to shoot, mishandles the dribble, gets into the paint. Got Holt in the air. Juice came down on top of him as the guard with a sly move ducks under the defender and gets Holt to make the contact. Well, that play was going nowhere.
Until we bailed him out. He was totally, he was lost. He had dropped the ball twice.
Juice bought a pump fake and got in the air and came down on top of Hannibal as he ducked under the defender, as we said. Now Juice exits the ball game. Dogs get Hill back in. 53-48. LSU by 5, and Hannibal trying to add to it. Free throw number 1 won't connect on. And the rebound down to Georgia. Dogs ball. They go to Moncrief at the foul line. Jumps high to catch it. Drops it down low to Bridges. About a 6-foot pass down on the right block, and Braylon scores at point-blank range.
Well, Braylon's having a good
now
night.
with 11.
Braylon's having a good night in there.
9 points of his 11 here in the second half. The Dogs draw to within 3 again. 53-50. LSU in front with 7.5 to go. Hannibal pushes it to the wing. Now they come back out front to Big Phillips. He holds it high. Hannibal has it. Dribbles it awkwardly and high on the bounce across the top of the circle. Now backs it up. 8 on the clock, 7 on the clock. To Miller in the corner. Quick fire on the three. Won't go. Offensive rebound. Phillips.
Terry Roberts got him.
Feeds it over to Williams, and a foul on Georgia. That's going to be number 3 on Terry Roberts. And that gets us into a timeout with 7:09 to go in the game. LSU 53, Georgia 50. Back to Nashville after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
I'm driving. I joined the new Dunkin' Rewards program, and today's the day I'm going to use my points on a medium iced latte and a couple of chocolate frosted donuts.
Here you go, and thanks for being a rewards member.
And now I'm using those chocolate frosted donuts, kids, to get a few sweet, sweet, blissful minutes of beautiful relief from the never-ending onslaught of backseat bickering.
Join new Dunkin' Rewards today. Join new Dunkin' Rewards today. Save them, stack them, use them how you want. America runs on Dunkin'. Terms apply.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Dog fans, when you need to see a game, head to StubHub. Whether you want to sit courtside or score a bird's eye view, StubHub is the best place to grab 100% verified tickets. And StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Georgia Bulldogs. StubHub, be there. Let's pause. 10 seconds. Station identification. Bulldogs Sports Network.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
Georgia has outscored LSU here in the second half, 20-11. And Chuck, we were kind of joking at the half. You know, they had 42 points in the first half, and Georgia wants to keep this game in the 60s if at all possible. And we were joking that wasn't going to be possible after a 42-point half. But LSU with only 11 and just 7:09 to go here in this half.
Looking a little more possible now, isn't it? And you know what? Listen, we've done a better job, but they've also gone goal shooting. They've had some open looks that they have not knocked down, that they did knock down in the first half. But we have done a better job. I don't want to take credit away from our kids because they went into the locker room and they said, hey, look, we got another 20 minutes. Let's go make the most of it. And they have here so far. We still haven't quite climbed out of that 12-point hole. But,
not yet.
But we're getting there.
LSU just 5 for 20 from the floor here in the second half. Georgia shooting close to 50% in the second half. LSU's at the foul line now with K.J. Williams, the 6'10", second-team All-SEC fifth-year player from Cleveland, Mississippi, connects on the free throw to give him 11 points in the game. He's sharing the scoring honors with Trey Hannibal tonight for the Tigers. Williams, second free throw, good. He's got a dozen now. And the lead back up to 5 for the Tigers, 55-50. Georgia's had it at one possession on a handful of times here in the second half. Haven't been able to catch him yet. Bridges has the ball. Left block. Phillips, the 7-footer, extends the arms and protects the rim. He guards.
Look at the
now they double Williams and Phillips on Braylon. Over to Roberts for a three. Terry missed it off the right side of the rim. One-handed rebound Hannibal for LSU. 6:39, clock ticking. LSU by 5 with the ball. Hannibal no looks into the corner to Williams, and he almost throws it away. He does. Roberts with the pickoff and a dunk on the other end.
Well, I'm so glad he dunked that. I didn't know if he could see that defender coming behind him. I think if he'd have laid it up, they might have blocked it.
He was bearing down on him, and Terry glanced out of the side of his eyes and saw that purple shirt coming down hard on him and decided to go up for a two-handed slam. 55-52. Again, a three-point lead for LSU. Hannibal falling out of bounds on the baseline, throws his pass under the basket. It's deflected out of bounds by Georgia's M.A. Moncrief. LSU will have 8 seconds on the clock. They'll have to inbound it from the right baseline now in front of their bench. 6:01 to play. LSU 55, Georgia 52. Winner gets Vanderbilt tomorrow. They're resting with their feet propped up, snoozing in their beds right now. Hannibal with a jumper, top of the key at the end of the shot clock. Rattles out, no good. The basket didn't like it. Dogs with the ball. Roberts with the dribble. Pulls it up beyond the three-point line. Feeds it into Braylon Bridges. They foul him from behind.
Is that Phillips again?
That's on Big Phillips, and that's his fourth. LSU has not used Derek Fountain tonight. We didn't get word on his status, but he's been a key player for LSU this season. Had 13 and 12 against Florida in their last regular season game. Goes for a double-double, but has not played a second tonight. That's why Phillips has gone so much. Bridges at the foul line for the Dogs. Braylon rips it. Free throw is good. He's got a dozen points, 10 in the half. It's a 2-point game, 55-53. Fountain has an arm injury. He's got his arm in a sling. Free throws are good by Braylon Bridges. Now I see him down on the far end of the bench, yeah. That hurts LSU's cause a little bit, but Phillips has answered the bell for them tonight, although he's in foul trouble now. 55-54, closest the Dogs have been since early in the first half. Miller going to drive, puts it on the floor, behind the back dribble, loses it. Hannibal bails him out with 6 on the shot clock. Hannibal spins down the lane. He loses the ball, puts it up late with 1 second, and it goes. Boy, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Hannibal converts. He's got 13 now in the game, and LSU with 2 more points of breathing room. 57-54 as the clock ticks under 5 minutes to play. Roberts, ooh, goodness, with a push-off. He kind of caught the chin of Miller there. Got to be careful, Terry. Bridges has it on a bounce pass over to Jabri for 3 in the tie. Good. We've caught him. 57 apiece. A scan of 3 by Jabri.
Well, that 12-point hill looked like we'd never get up on top.
57-57.
We got a 4-minute and 30-second basketball game.
LSU on the offensive end. Cam Hayes. Miller has it from the elbow. Foul line extended, actually. No good. Braylon the rebound. Feeds it up ahead. Jabri tucks and runs, and they foul him in the paint. Foul on LSU. We'll put Abdur Rahim on the line. Foul on Cam Hayes, his second. 2 shots coming for one of Georgia's best free throw shooters, and a chance to take the lead for the first time for the Dogs since the 16:07 mark in the first half when it was 7-6 Georgia. What a comeback, but still 4:16 to go. Dogs were down a dozen at the half. Jabri spins it to himself and rips it. 9 points all in this half for Abdur Rahim, and the Dogs lead for the first time in the half and for the first time since 4 minutes into the game. 58-57 Georgia.
Well, next foul on LSU puts Georgia in the double bonus.
Free throw, good. Oh, love that sound. Wish we had that at home. 59-57. Georgia by 2. LSU with the ball. Hayes dribbles, feeds it into the big guy, Williams. Oh, we fouled him in the post. I think they're going to get M.A. for the foul. A bit of a hole. Moncrief at 6'8" and 215, battling in there with the 6'10", 250-pound KJ Williams. And he got caught tugging on his jersey. Third foul for M.A. Moncrief. Puts Williams on the line. 7th team foul on the Dogs. Tigers get into the bonus with 4:07 to go. Little shoulder shimmy, and Williams sinks the free throw. He's got 13 in the game. He and Hannibal are LSU's leading scorers, each with 13. The Dogs' leading scorer has 13, and that's Braylon Bridges. 11 of those coming in the second half. Now Williams with 14 points as he connects on both foul shots. So Phillips back in with 4 fouls. Reed goes out for LSU. They don't have Derek Fountain tonight. I was looking all over the place for that guy, and I couldn't see him. And then Road Dogg finally spotted him with a sling on his arm. Roberts with the ball in a 59-59 tie. Georgia with the possession. Terry, left-hand dribble, left wing. Soft feed into Bridges, deflected and taken away by LSU. Dogs turn it over for the 11th time. But only 3 here in the second half. Tigers with the ball. They can take the lead if they convert on this possession. 3.5 minutes to go in the game. Phillips has it. Unguarded, top of the key. Handoff to Cam Hayes, the guard. Fakes the drive, changes directions. Got Jabri falling away, goes to Hannibal on the baseline, throws it out front, stolen by Hill. Justin gonna duck and run, and just missed the banker, but he got fouled. Split the defense in the paint, almost banked it home for the three-point play. He's got 2 free throws coming instead after the timeout. Dogs with, again, a chance to go back in front. We're tied at 59 with 3:15 to go in the game. Georgia and LSU on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
With the Kroger app, shopping online with pickup and delivery is the same as shopping in-store. Same low prices, same personalized deals, same rewards on the same high-quality items like Honeycrisp apples and pasta sauce with no hidden fees or markups. It's one small click for groceries, one big win for busy families everywhere. Start your cart today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Get cash for kicks at Plato's Closet in Macon. We buy your cool, gently used shoes and pay cash on the spot. You know you have shoes just sitting in your closet that are in great condition. Bring in your athletic shoes, dress shoes, and casual shoes and get paid. From flats to flip-flops and sandals to sneakers, sell your shoes from top brands to Plato's Closet. Get cash for your kicks and make today a payday at Plato's Closet in Macon on Tom Hill Senior Parkway between Kroger and Urban Air. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
3. From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
Dog fans, learn how you can purchase a raffle ticket to own the commemorative championship BMW M8 Competition Grand Coupe. All proceeds will be split between UGA needs-based scholarships and the Atlanta Ronald McDonald House Charities. Visit BMWmeanmachine.com to learn more. 59. Don't want to shortchange anybody. Georgia and LSU deadlocked with 3:15 to go. Georgia going to the line when time resumes. And Dogs were down a dozen at the half. They've outscored LSU here in the second half, 29-17. And Justin Hill, Chuck, will be going to the free throw line, try to put the Dogs in front again.
Double bonus here, too. By the way, again, the way that we have allowed them to rebound their own missed shots and get points out of it, 21-4 second chance points that they've gotten off us tonight.
Hill, free throw, all net, puts the Dogs in front temporarily, out of 60-59.
Out of 15 offensive rebounds. 15 offensive rebounds.
That's kind of been a bugaboo for the Dogs this season. And Hill sinks both foul shots to get into double figures and give the Dogs a 2-point lead, 61-59. Our biggest lead of the game has only been 3 at 7-4 early on. Now the Dogs are up 2 here late. Miller for 3, connects, and we foul him. 4-point play opportunity coming for LSU. Unbelievable. Miller off a curl, hit that from the right slot. His third 3 of the night, and he'll go to the line for a free throw.
M.A., yep.
Moncrief almost body blocked him out there, trying to get out of the way as he tried to close out defensively. That's the 4th foul on Moncrief. All of them have been in this half. Adam Miller, 6'3" transfer from Illinois at the line, 82% free throw shooter. He's a left-hander. Free throw good. Barely moves the net. Miller now with 10 points after a 4-point play by LSU. They go down 2 to up 2, 63-61. Dogs ball. Hill has it on the block. In trouble. Lobs it back out on the wing to Abdur-Rahim. High on the right side. He hands it off to Terry Roberts. 2:45 to play. Dogs trail by 2. With the ball, Moncrief pivots to face up. Sends the pass over to Bridges. Spin move. Jump hook. Short over the big 7-footer. Rebound tapped and controlled by LSU. Tigers ball and a 2-point lead. 2:29, 2:28 to go. Justice Williams, 6'4" sophomore, dribbles, bounces it over to Williams. KJ puts it on the floor. The Dogs are going to be called for a foul. That's on Moncrief. That's 5. M.A. Moncrief is just fouled out of the game with 2:19 to go. Moncrief gave the Dogs 6 points and, more importantly, 8 rebounds. He was our leading rebounder, and now he's just fouled out of the game. And Mike White will use a little bit of time to get an impromptu timeout. He's going to get Juice Holt in, but calls him back before he can check into the scorer's table. He's within the rules here to take his time to substitute for a player who's just been disqualified on a foul out.
They're telling him, though, they want him to hurry up.
Moncrief fouls out for the second time this season. The Dogs haven't had a real issue with that this year. They've only had, that's their 4th player to foul out of the year. Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every 3-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. Scana says, go Dogs. Tonight the Dogs are 5 of 14 on 3-point shots. LSU, 4 of 20. 2-point lead for the Tigers after a 4-point play by Adam Miller. 63-61, KJ Williams at the line. Free throw by the big man. Got the bounce off the back of the rim, straight up and down through the net. He's made his last 5 free throws, and he's perfect on the night, 7 for 7. 2 in the first half, and then he's made all 5 of his foul shots here in the second half. And that next one is good as well. 8 for 8 from the foul line for KJ Williams. Went 7 for 10 in the regular season finale against the Gators on Saturday in their loss to Florida, 79-67. Roberts for 3, right wing. He banked it home off the square.
Oh, my goodness. And on a Wednesday night, who would think the bank would be open?
But it is, and the Dogs draw within 1. 65-64, LSU leads with 1:50 to go. They've got the ball. Big Williams spins into the paint. Ball in the air, knocked loose. Wrestle for it. A foul on the Dogs, I think.
I think on Juice.
Four on Holt. LSU back on the foul line. 2 shots for Big Phillips.
Yeah, well, they say he was in the act, right? But it was double bonus anyway.
I think that's why it was 2. I think they were still scrambling for the ball. It looked like to me. Phillips connects on the foul shot. Double figures for the first time in his career. And the next one is good as well. He nails them both. Phillips has been big for LSU. 11 points tonight for Phillips, a season best for a guy who averages less than 1. Hill takes his man to the basket, shoots and banks it home under the bucket, and he got fouled. Justin Hill.
How did he get that to go? How did he get that to go?
LSU answers. The Dogs come right back with their own answer. And the foul by Justice Williams for the Tigers. Both teams in the double bonus for the final minute 33 here in Nashville. Hill will go to the line.
I'm really proud of the way Georgia has come back here in the second half.
Free throw, good. Three-point play for the Dogs has tied it at 67. And a timeout with 1:33 to go. Timeout here at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. SEC Tournament game number 2 of the night. Dogs and LSU deadlocked at 67. Back for the finish after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Go Dogs, sick 'em. Whether they're on the road or the home court, my family and I get loud and proud whenever the Dogs are unleashed. In this basketball season, Scana Energy is part of all the action as a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. So join my family and Scana in cheering on the Dogs to glory this season. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/GoDogs for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
When you look to Northside Hospital Heart Institute, you see excellence. With a mission to heal your heart, we use the most innovative techniques and treatments, all to provide patients customized options and the most effective outcomes. Northside's cardiac surgery program has earned the highest rating given by the Society of Thoracic Surgeons for both open heart surgery and aortic valve replacement. No matter how routine or complex your heart care, you can always look to Northside. To learn more, visit northside.com/excellence.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back, so grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow Dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get it over. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Get your 2022 Regions Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa debit card from Regions, the official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply. Here's your recap. Dogs were down a dozen at the half, 42-30. LSU with a whopping 42 points in the first 20 minutes. They've only been able to scramble together 25 here in the second half. The Dogs have outscored them by 12. We're tied at 67. Points for the Dogs, Hill with 13, Bridges with 13, Roberts with a dozen, Abdur-Rahim with 10, Oquendo with 10. Cario got all 10 of his in the first half, hasn't been on the floor a lot here in the second half. For LSU, their leading scorer is KJ Williams. He's got 16, one of 4 guys in double figures. Tigers without Derek Fountain tonight, one of their key contributors. But Sean Phillips, a 7-foot freshman, has filled in nicely. So here we go with 93 seconds to play. LSU with a basketball. They'll bring it up the length of the floor. The Dogs will defend in the half court. Hannibal across the timeline. A high right-hand dribble. Moves to his left. Hands it off to Justice Williams. He's guarded by Jabri out on the wing. Big Williams has it. Holtz bodying up on him. Pushes it up. Shoots it with 3 on the clock, won't go. Offensive rebound, LSU. They miss, and there's the big 7-footer Hill with the one-handed jam on the follow.
They're looking to see. That may well have been offensive goaltending. That ball was still within the cylinder when he slammed it back. Look, watch this.
We're looking at the replay as...
Yep, see, that ball's still in the cylinder. That's offensive goaltending. That'll be no basket.
And Mike White and Antonio Reynolds-Dean, Georgia's top assistant, out at the edge of the coach's box talking with Pat Adams and the officials about that. And Pat's kind of saying, all right, Georgia coaches, hold on just a second. We're going to review the play. I think they're going to review it. They haven't gone to the scores table yet. LSU still has the points on the board. LSU called a timeout. I don't think they're going to look at it.
Wow. That was definitely offensive goaltending. They had a great shot of it on the monitor from the high above camera. Ball was within the cylinder, and it was slammed in.
Well, that basket, which will count for LSU, gives Phillips 13 points tonight. By far a season high. His previous season high was only 4. Dogs down 2 now with 62 seconds to play. Holt puts it on the floor around the three-point line, gives it into Braylon Bridges. He fakes to the baseline, shoots in the paint. Phillips blocks his shot. He gets the ball back. He's mugged under the basket, loses the ball out of bounds. They'll give it to LSU.
Well, they weren't going to call a foul, were they?
We couldn't get a whistle, but they're going to look at the out-of-bounds play, I think.
Well, that was off him. That's the right call.
We'll look at the replay, too. Boy, Bridges gave Phillips a nice move, but the big man recovered nicely to block Braylon's shot. And then the scramble for the ball was on from there. It's been awarded to LSU, but the officials are going to review the last play. Dogs will huddle in front of Mike White, and LSU will huddle around Matt McMahon.
While they're over there, maybe we can get them to look at that offensive goaltending.
Go back a few seconds. Can you look at that one?
Oh, my goodness.
Pat Adams and Chuck Jones are looking at the play at the scores table across the floor here at Bridgestone Arena. LSU 69, Georgia 67. And we looked at the replay, too, on the out-of-bounds. And Braylon's shot caught the underside of the backboard. Ball comes loose. He touches it. Williams hits his arm, and then it goes out of bounds. I think it's going to be off Braylon Bridges, so they should stick with the call, and they will. LSU will have the ball and a 2-point lead with 49.9 seconds to go. LSU shooting under 30% here in the second half, 28.5%. They've only hit 8 of their shots and just 1 for 7 on threes. Georgia shooting almost 50% in the half, but we still trail by 2. So it just shows you how hard it is to make up a deficit of 12 points in one half of play. 69-67 Tigers. Chuck Jones going to work on the attire of Trey Hannibal. Tuck in your jersey. Yep, he gets it tucked in. Georgia will come with full court pressure in the back. Miller's got the ball under the basket to our right. He's being pressured by Roberts and Juice. He spins away from the double team and finds Hannibal open at the half court, and they get it across. 38 seconds to go, 17 on the shot clock for LSU. They've got a 2-point lead in the ball. Dogs have to protect the basket here. 28 seconds to go, 8 on the shot clock. LSU with the ball. They give it to K.J. Williams. Let him go to work.
No
Backs
offense.
his man down. Jump hook over Juice. Good. LSU hits the basket. K.J. Williams. They go to their money guy. And a timeout is called after that play with 22.7 seconds to go. So Georgia now down 4. 71-67. Williams comes through in a pinch when he needs to. He's just 5 for 14 tonight, but he's hit all 8 of his foul shots, and he's got 18 points to lead the Tigers.
Well, that was a clutch shot, and that was a good shot, too. And give the young man credit. Good move. Nice shot. We had a similar shot that they blocked down here on our end just on the previous possession. But look, you still got 22.7 here.
LSU called the timeout with a 4-point lead. Dogs will have the ball. They'll have to bring it up the length of the floor. Georgia has 2 timeouts remaining. LSU now with 1. Both teams are in the double bonus.
Look, we're in a situation now where they got to help us. We're going to have to score. We're going to have to get a foul. They got to go to the line and miss some shots.
They've been pretty good from the foul line, as has Georgia. The Tigers are 19 of 24, 79%. Georgia 21 of 24, 88%. Tigers have the possession arrow. So you're kind of reset with where we stand here with 21 seconds, actually 22.8 seconds to go. LSU with a 4-point lead. The Dogs will have the ball when play resumes. Winner gets Vanderbilt tomorrow night in the same time period. Commodores finished strong this season, 11-7 in league play. They finished with an 18-13 record, and they drew the number 6 seed in this tournament. So they await the winner tomorrow night.
And strangely enough, during
$15.8. 15.8 seconds to go. The Dogs will inbound from the baseline. Feed it into Bridges. Jump hook around the rim and off. No good over Phillips. He rebounds. LSU with the ball. And we have to foul as they try to pass it around in the backcourt.
In and out. Wow.
9.9 to go. LSU senses a win here. They lead by 4, 71-67. Braylon Bridges' shot would not stay in the cylinder. LSU will be on the line. 2 free throws. As we said, both teams double bonus. Hannibal's at the line. 71% for the season. 5 of 7 tonight. Trey Hannibal, free throw, no good on the front end. With a double-double tonight for LSU. 13 points, 11 rebounds for the 6'2 guard, just 1 off his career high. He's a 2-time transfer from South Carolina and Murray State. He'll get a second free throw here. The lead is at 4 for LSU with 9.9 seconds to go. Pushes up the second foul shot. It's good. He's got 14 points. Dogs got to work quickly. Down 5. Hill to Roberts. Deep left slot 3. Too deep. Won't go. Bridges rebound. Over to Hill for a 3. That's no good, and that's the ballgame. LSU wins and advances. And they end Georgia's season with a 72-67 win here in Nashville in the first round of the SEC tournament.
Well, give the Dogs credit for really staging a comeback. And I mean a good, solid, hard comeback, because they were down 12 points in the first half. And as I mentioned going in at halftime, there was nothing about their game that you liked in the first half. Offensively, defensively, handling the ball, rebounding the ball, nothing was going well for the Georgia Bulldogs. They went in there, they corrected the mistakes, came back and actually took a lead. Had a short lead here in the second half.
Yeah, we led a couple of times in the second half.
But just could not hold off the LSU Tigers. And when they look back, they're going to see what really did them in was allowing LSU all those second chance opportunities where time after time Georgia could not get the defensive rebound.
Second chance points,
25-4. That's a 21-point swing. That's a big margin.
Oh,
but it killed us in the first half. It was 16, I believe 16-2 or 16-4 in the first half, and ended up at what was it, 25-4.
25-4.
Yeah. So I mean that tells you everything you need to know about what decided this game and why Georgia is packing up for the season, and LSU is headed to tomorrow.
I think that 4-point play they had was pretty big there late in the ball game as well.
It was. They took the 3 and hit it, and M.A. Moncrief running at the shooter, which you want to do. You want to run at the shooter. What you don't want to do is foul him.
And they went from down 2 to up 2, and we never caught them after that.
That's exactly. That was a huge play in the game.
72-67 is the final, and the Dogs' season comes to a close with a record of 16-16, and unfortunately going into the offseason on a 6-game losing streak. Dogs came back in the second half, not enough to get the job done. We missed our last 5 shots in the ball game, and LSU wins it by 5. Only their second win since December 28th. But they survive and move on to the next round. They'll face Vanderbilt here in Nashville tomorrow night in this time slot. LSU.
I got to tell you something. The way LSU's playing right now, I fully expect them to give Vanderbilt a good game. Now, Vandy, of course, is they've had a much better season, but this team seems to be playing, pretty decent basketball. They did hit a long slide there in the second half where they weren't getting shots to fall.
Tigers win it tonight, 72-67 over the Dogs. Stay tuned. Regents Locker Room Report coming up. You can get your 2022 Regents Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa debit card from Regents, the official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply. 5-point win for LSU over the Dogs here in the SEC tournament. Back to Nashville after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Kroger, you can find the highest quality products at a great price in every aisle, every day with Kroger brand. So you can stock up on your household favorites that are tried, tested, and loved by you. Because when you get the products you love at great prices, it feels like winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Simply the best.
Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so delicious, some are saying that they're better than their mom's breakfast.
Excuse me, did you just say Wendy's French toast sticks are better than my breakfast?
Mom, is that you?
Answer the question.
I said some people are saying that because they're so crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside and perfect in every way.
Uh-huh. And what do you think?
I think it's time to tell people to choose wisely. Choose Wendy's sweet and crispy home-style French toast sticks.
That's still not an answer.
At participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
I'm Zoe. I own Muck and Brass, which is an upcycling homewares business, and this is why I switched to Shopify. One of my biggest challenges was the lack of support when I really needed it, and it would always slow down the momentum of my business. With Shopify, I could get hold of a real person quickly, and not only would they solve a problem I had, they'd also give me the tools to feel empowered moving forward. I felt like I didn't even know who my customers were. Thanks to Shopify analytic tools, I feel more confident with the products I'm creating, and the sales are actually reflecting that. With Shopify's theme editor, I can easily share elements of who I am in my shop and have full control of how my brand is represented. I spent nearly 7 years on other platforms, and I'm kicking myself for not making the switch earlier. Not only do I know my customers better, but they know me better as well. Start your new journey today on Shopify.
Get a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/free23. Go to shopify.com/free23 to take your business to the next level today.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions. Get your Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look again at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
Welcome back to Nashville. SEC tournament didn't go the Dogs' way tonight. 72-67 LSU eliminates Georgia here in a game that turned out to be a pretty good one, despite the fact that it was a 12-point deficit for the Dogs at the half. Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle, the road dog Adam Gillespie back here courtside at Bridgestone Arena, Luke Nadkarni in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, and Georgia was looking like the stronger team, Chuck, for the majority of the second half. They came down from a dozen back at intermission. That's been our largest deficit that we came back from all season long. We did that against South Carolina, won in overtime in the regular season. Couldn't get it done tonight, though, down the stretch here. LSU got a couple of whistles to go their way, and we were talking with the TV guys on their way out just a few moments ago during our timeout.
So the officials explained that on the offensive goaltending, which I thought it was very clear, particularly from the camera angle that they had, that it was indeed offensive goaltending, and the basket should not have counted. But that because they did not call it, they are not allowed to review it. So what officials should do in that situation is go ahead and call it. Just call it. That way you can't, if it's questionable at all, which that clearly was because that was inside the cylinder. And what you do there is you go ahead and call it, then you can go over and review it.
Yeah, correct yourself if you need to, or call it the way it should have been in the first place.
Exactly. You allow the TV to aid you. I mean, that's the purpose of it, and that's why we spend so much time watching these guys over there backing plays up and looking. But the rules say that because it was not called, they cannot review it, and that's why it was allowed to stand. The 2 points that I don't know that decided the game, but it certainly didn't help Georgia's cause at that particular moment.
No, but in a game that comes down to 1 or 2 possessions, I mean, every possession
matters.
It's big,
no doubt.
And you want to, if you're the officials, they want to get the call right. But it got away from them at that point where they didn't make the call. So therefore, as Chuck pointed out, they couldn't review the play.
And you know what? I got to tell you, this is a good crew. This was a good crew, and they worked a good game tonight. And you know, look, they're human too, so you can't fault them for everything. But that was one that we had the benefit of the overhead television camera looking straight down at it, and you could see that the ball was still within the cylinder, and when he slammed it on through, and
I'll say this: you saw it from our angle way down here on the back end of the floor when it happened live. You saw it because you said it right then.
I thought it was really close, and I'm going to always give us the benefit of the doubt. But not only did I see it, but I also saw Jabri standing right there, and Jabri immediately signaled, review that. I mean, he could tell. He was standing right there, and he thought that was offensive goaltending. But look, still, these dogs and what they did this year, Mike White and this staff, I think what you're going to see is some really bright days for Georgia basketball. We finished 16-16. I don't think anybody thought Georgia was going to be able to accomplish that, and certainly not 6 wins in the conference. We had been picked in the regular season to finish, I think, either last or next to last, and we gave, we were darn close to not being in the Wednesday play.
It was in question late into the season as to whether or not we would make it to the Thursday round.
So that's a feather in the cap to Mike White and his staff, and what they've done, and I fully expect you to see a roster next year that will take a step forward for Georgia.
Well, I'm sure that the consistency is what they're looking for, because we had the first 17 games, Georgia was 13-4, and then we go 3-12 the last 15 games. So you're looking at kind of like LSU season. I mean, they started out 12-1, and then they lost 14 in a row. And tonight, as we pointed out, was only their second win since December 28th, and now they're 14-18. On the year, and as Chuck said, Georgia finishes at 500 for the season, 16-16, but on a 6-game losing streak. So this coaching staff is, you got to have better players. That's every team's goal. You got to have the best possible players you can have on your team.
No doubt. And I believe Mike White, I know he's already signed a couple of young men that are ESPN top 100 players that'll be on the roster next year, and I fully expect him to work the portal. We have a signing period coming up, I believe, in April, if I'm not mistaken, and I think Georgia will bring in some more players. So, I fully expect Coach White and his staff to get the job done in acquiring some upgraded talent for Georgia, and bringing back and blending it with those who stay, the players that he keeps here, and I think Georgia will be I think they'll take a step forward. I don't think they'll be playing Wednesday in the SEC tournament next year. I think as big a question is where will they be playing next year with as we understand it, Stegman
talking about home games,
Stegman being closed until I think exact line was until further notice. So we will all await the further notice.
Well, Georgia now in the 118th game against LSU in the all-time series, trails 70-48. They split their two games this year. Georgia won in the regular season, then LSU wins tonight here in the SEC tournament. In our first matchup with LSU in this event since 2013, the Dogs are now 2-6 against the Tigers in tournament play since the renewal of the SEC tournament in 1979. 72-67, the final. We hope to hear from Coach Mike White. We won't get a chance to speak with him directly because of conference rules, but we will take his press conference, hopefully, if we can get to it in time here while we're still on the air for our post-game coverage, and we'll get his comments and thoughts of. They usually have a couple of players taking questions as well, so we hope to do that here before we leave the air for the final time here on the Regions Locker Room Report. A reminder to get your 2022 Regions Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa debit card from Regions, the official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply. LSU defeats Georgia tonight here in Nashville. 72-67 is our final. We'll continue with more post-game coverage right after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
There are 5 boxes. No one knows what's in them. Yet you may choose only one.
Is this a riddle?
No, just play Cash Pop for the chance to choose one of 5 mystery boxes with prizes worth $5,000 to $30,000.
Like a luxury vacation or even a car?
These are mystery boxes.
Yeah, but I might just peek first.
Oh boy.
It's the Cash Pop Mystery Box Giveaway. Now through March 12th. Learn more at playcashpop.com. Play responsibly.
With Northside Hospital, you can look forward to new beginnings, look ahead to comeback seasons, and look up for hope and strength. Northside welcomes you into our community of care, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. Led by our expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Looking for a career path with flexibility and great pay and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers and apply online today. Bundle today at progressive.com. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Domino's, we're so obsessed with pizza, we'll try to turn pretty much anything into pizza. Sizzling pizza fajitas, pizza milkshake. Probably not the best pizza ideas, but a great idea? Domino's new loaded tots. We bake our tots hot and crispy and load them up with melty cheese and delicious toppings, just like our pizza. From savory Philly cheesesteak to craveable cheddar bacon and mouthwatering melty 3 cheese, Domino's new loaded tots are just like Domino's pizza, only on tots. Can someone turn a fan on in here? Try Domino's new loaded tots next time you order.
Don't pick that up.
This Friday,
Ghostface is here in New York.
prepare
He's not going to stop.
to scream. Scream rated R. Only in theaters Friday. Tickets on sale now.
Get cash for kicks at Plato's Closet in Macon. We buy your cool, gently used shoes and pay cash on the spot. You know you have shoes just sitting in your closet that are in great condition. Bring in your athletic shoes, dress shoes, and casual shoes and get paid. From flats to flip-flops and sandals to sneakers, sell your shoes from top brands to Plato's Closet. Get cash for your kicks and make today a payday at Plato's Closet in Macon on Tom Hill Senior Parkway between Kroger and Urban Air. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
Back in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios on the Regions Bank Locker Room Report, Luke Ned Carney here with you as the Dogs season comes to an end at the hands of LSU, 72-67 the final at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville in the first round of the SEC tournament. Quick check of the scoreboard now. as the post-game show continues, and we'll start with another Georgia team on the diamond. The Georgia baseball team knocks off Georgia Southern 9-4 in Statesboro tonight, following a 17-11 win in North Augusta, South Carolina last night, and that improves their record to 10-3 overall. Scott Strickland's club sweeps the Eagles and will take on Charleston Southern in a 3-game set Friday through Sunday. Over back at Bridgestone Arena, there was one other SEC tournament game tonight, and it was a neck-and-neck one in the 12 versus 13 game.
7 seconds on the shot clock, 18.7 to go in the game. Into White. White drives to the baseline, double teamed, in trouble, fadeaway. 10 James White, double team, fades back and drills the shot, and the Rebels are up by 5, 66-61.
David Kellum on the call from the Ole Miss Radio Network. The Rebels stave off South Carolina 67-61, and they will take on Tennessee tomorrow in the 13 versus 5 matchup, second game of the day. Amari Abram, 20 points for the Rebels. Over in the ACC, everything is wrapped up as well. NC State knocks off Virginia Tech 97-77. They'll take on third-seeded Clemson tomorrow in the 3-6 matchup. The North Carolina Tar Heels pound Boston College 85-61 and will meet Virginia in the 7 versus 2 game at 7 o'clock tomorrow in Greensboro. Pittsburgh, working backwards, goes to 89-81. They take down Georgia Tech, and the first game of the day between Wake Forest and Syracuse was the most exciting.
Here's Girard, steps back, long jumper on the way, off target, rebounded by Wake with 6 seconds. Williamson to Appleby, veers to the right, back to Williamson, long three to maybe win it. He hit it!
It's over!
Hit it!
0.2 of a second. They can't do anything but tip the ball in.
Williamson hits it from the deep right wing, right in front of the Wake bench with 0.2 seconds to go, and gives Wake a 77-74 lead.
Stan Cotton on the call from Learfield. Wake Forest, that would be the final score, 77-74, as Davian Williamson's go-ahead three-pointer gives Wake Forest the win. They'll meet Miami, the top seed, tomorrow in Greensboro, and Jim Boeheim is out as head coach at Syracuse following that game. Both these teams came in with 10-10, 500 AACC records. Other games across the nation, there's just one going on in progress right now. 11:39 to play in the first half from Las Vegas in the Big Sky Championship final. Auto bid on the line here. Montana State has a 15-6 lead over Northern Arizona. Northern Arizona comes into this one 10 games under 500, would be a shoo-in for the first 4 if they were to pull off the win. Some other notable games from notable tournaments. Villanova knocks off Georgetown in Madison Square Garden in the Big East tournament 80-48. In the Big Ten, Minnesota gets the best of Nebraska 78-75, just the third conference win of the year for the Golden Gophers. In Bedlam in the Big 12 tournament, Oklahoma State knocks off rival Oklahoma 57-49, as that one, a rare rivalry game early in a conference tournament. And in the Pac-12, Stanford beats Utah 73-62 as the Cardinal advance over the Utes. Most important score as far as we're concerned, however, Georgia falls to LSU 72-67 in the first round of the SEC tournament. Dogs will finish the regular season with an even record of 16-16. We'll take a timeout and send it back to Bridgestone Arena for more post-game analysis on the Regions Bank Locker Room Show right after this. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back. So grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get it over. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Basketball fans rejoice. Dollar General has you covered on snacks for that next game day gathering. Satisfy your home team's savory cravings and score big with great everyday deals on Pringles and Cheez-Its. Stop by your neighborhood DG and let's make full court crunch happen.
Tournament week is less than a month away. Are you ready? For over 14 years, Toast Wine and Beverage has been making Golf Week events the best they can be. Whether it's by the bottle or by the case, the staff at Toast are Augusta's entertaining experts for craft beer, wine, or liquor. Trust your party to Toast Wine and Beverage, Augusta's beverage shopping experience. Tournament week deserves a toast. Toast Wine and Beverage, Furious Ferry Road in the Public Shopping Center.
Content. From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
Back here in Nashville, Georgia falls to LSU tonight in the SEC tournament, 72-67. You're listening to the Regions Locker Room Report. Get your 2022 Regions Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa debit card. Regions is the official bank of the SEC, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Bulldog Sports Network.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
All right, we hope to hear from Coach Mike White and maybe a couple of our players here coming up. Right now, LSU is taking questions. We are not allowed to have up-close access to the coach before they address the pool media after the game. So we can't get to Mike White yet before he has to address the press conference here. So that's what we're going to wait to hear from Mike. Since this is the last game of the season for Georgia, I'd like to hear his comments on this and maybe beyond, depending on what the line of questioning may be for him.
And I think that'll
the
come
press
up.
Conference.
I believe that'll come up. Chip Towers is there. I saw Chip, and there are probably other of our fine reporters, beat reporters that cover Georgia basketball. I have a feeling that'll come up.
We'll run down the stats here in just a moment. We've got a little extra time. We can pass along some other of the SEC news that came out yesterday and today. You know, players, all conference player selections, coach of the year, that sort of thing. And the coaches' picks. Now they came out yesterday here in the SEC. There were only two schools without representation on any of the postseason honors. Player of the year, coach of the year, freshman of the year, all SEC first and second team. Georgia was one of them. Georgia and Ole Miss are the only two schools in the conference without any representation in the postseason awards. The first team all SEC selections were Brandon Miller of Alabama, Colin Castleton of Florida, Oscar Tshiebwe of Kentucky, Tolu Smith of Mississippi State, Kobe Brown of Missouri, Santiago Vescovi of Tennessee, Wade Taylor of Texas A&M, and Liam Robbins of Vanderbilt,
who was out.
A lot of big guys on that first team.
Castleton and Robbins are both out. And you know who was out during the season that I think had he played the whole year? I think Nick Smith with
Arkansas.
With Arkansas, I believe would have been a member of that. He I only saw him once, but the one time I saw him, he looked pretty darn good to me.
The second team all-conference consisted of Mark Sears, also Alabama, Anthony Black at Arkansas, Ricky Council at Arkansas, Janai Broom of Auburn, along with Wendell Green of Auburn, KJ Williams, who we saw tonight here for LSU, Zakai Ziegler at Tennessee. He's out for the remainder of the postseason for Tennessee due to an ACL tear. And Tyrese Radford, very good player for Texas A&M. The all-defensive team in the SEC was Charles Bediako of Alabama, Devo Davis of Arkansas, Colin Castleton of Florida, Zakai Ziegler of Tennessee, and Liam Robbins again for Vanderbilt. And then your sixth man of the year, Javon Quinterly of Alabama, and Antonio Reeves of Kentucky. Defensive player of the year, here's another postseason honor for Liam Robbins of Vanderbilt as the defensive player of the year. Freshman of the year, no surprise, Brandon Miller of Alabama. He was also the player of the year. And the coach of the year, and these are the coaches' picks again, They had co-coaches of the year this season, Buzz Williams of Texas A&M and Jerry Stackhouse of Vanderbilt, and really the conversation at maybe even some point this season, but certainly prior to the season, was about the coaching stability and the security of Jerry Stackhouse at Vanderbilt, and now it looks like he's secured that position.
Pretty solid, yeah.
Yes.
And listen, Vanderbilt did have a great run. They really did. They put it together, and we were one of the victims when they started to get things going, and then when they lost Liam Robbins, that hurt. I mean, you feel for the young man because he had come back from an injury and had just gotten back to where he was really playing great basketball, and then he's lost again for the remainder of the season with, I think, what they called a lower leg injury. But nevertheless, he's not available for Vanderbilt. But tomorrow night, LSU will have a chance to see how good Vanderbilt is without him, and LSU Vanderbilt will have their hands full trying to handle the big 7-footer that we saw kind of grow up here tonight.
I think we've seen the changing of the guard over the years in this conference from a guard league. I don't know that you can say that now is more big men that are dominating.
I agree with you. This used to be a guard league. I can remember very clearly when Jim Herrick was telling me that the SEC was a guard league and you better have great guards to be successful. And now you see, I mean, you got to have a good guard, there's no doubt about it. But it's the big men that are starting to dominate this game, particularly when you have to go up against night in and night out the likes of an Oscar Tshiebwe or Liam Robbins or
Castleton,
yeah. Colin Castleton, any number of those young men that can come in, and you talked about it, Scott, earlier about 7-footers that have that mobility, that not only are they good inside, they can step outside and shoot, and you're seeing more and more of these type players develop now.
Well, we saw that, as you pointed out, with Sean Phillips tonight, the LSU freshman, 7-footer from Dayton, Ohio. Only had played in 18 games this season, but thrust into the lineup tonight, and boy, did he deliver for the Tigers. I mean, here are its averages this season: 0.7 points a game, 1.6 rebounds. He had only taken 10 shots all season, 4 of 10. He was 4 of 7 from the foul line. His numbers tonight, he had a double-double. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 5 for 9 from the field. As we hit a few more of the stats, and then we're going to get to Coach Mike White here in just a minute. Our final stats are brought to you by Northside Hospital, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal, with expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more. You can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital. Georgia ended the game 40%, 20 of 50. LSU 36%, 24 of 66. Dogs hit 6 of 17 threes. LSU 4 of 20. At the foul line, the Dogs were 21 of 24, 87%. LSU 20 of 26, 77%. We got out-rebounded by 5, 40-35. Turnovers, Georgia had 11, LSU only 5. Second chance points just crushed the Dogs tonight, 25-4 in favor of LSU. They had an edge, plus 10 points in the paint. Points off turnovers, 9-6 in favor of the Tigers. Individual scores, the Dogs had Braylon Bridges with 13 and Justin Hill with 13. They were our leading scorers. Jabri Abdur-Rahim with 10. Oquendo with 10, and Terry Roberts had a dozen points tonight on 5 of 13 shooting, had 6 rebounds and 3 assists in the ball game. As now Mike White and 2 players have hit the podium, so we'll check in and listen from them.
Significant, and thought those guys deserved to win. I know they've experienced a lot of adversity. We have also. And I thought both teams played really hard. Dug ourselves a pretty significant hole there, late first half, early second half. I thought the last 17 minutes of the game or so we played incredibly hard, left a lot of energy and enthusiasm and positive attitude out there on the floor. Unfortunately, They're 18 offensive rebounds, 25 second chance points. KJ Williams plays in the paint late in the game. In his decisions with the basketball, 4 assists, 1 turnover, I thought he was terrific. I thought Trey Hannibal was terrific as well. 4 offensive rebounds at the guard spot. Hit a timely jumper near the end, and then a huge X factor in the game. We found out before the game that Fountain's not playing, and talk about take advantage of an opportunity. Sean Phillips was a very, very big factor in the game, getting 13 and 6 offensive rebounds. The way we finished the season is obviously not what we were looking to do. I do like our approach. I liked our approach coming into this one. I loved our fight today. This team's overcome adversity all season. Tough way to go out, but I do feel like we laid a foundation. I'm very appreciative to our seniors. Just had a conversation, obviously, in the locker room. I'm proud of those guys. They've all developed on and off the court throughout the year. I'm also thankful to our fans that made the trip. Disappointed for them. Obviously, most disappointed for our guys, especially for our seniors.
All right, we'll take questions for either of the student athletes. If you'll raise your hand, and we'll get one of the remote mics to you. Let's start on the left side.
For Jabri, first, I guess, the halftime. How did you feel like you guys got in that situation? What was the message at halftime, and what were y'all able to do to get back in the game and actually eventually take the lead?
The message at halftime was we just didn't execute a lot of stuff we were talking about defensively. We let a couple really good shooters get wide open looks. We just weren't playing hard. All of the stuff we talk about, a lot, we just didn't come out with a lot of intensity. And in the second half, I think we just got urgent, and we realized, it was winning time. And, I guess shots started to fall a little bit, and when that happens, you get a little more energized. So we went on a bit of a run, but like Coach said, what we did in the first half, it was just a lot to overcome. So we kind of dug ourselves deep into a hole just by not playing with intensity and not playing with energy and executing some of the things we talked about.
Other questions for either of the student athletes? Should you have one in the front row? Either one, go ahead.
Justin, I just want to ask you just overall, what are you going to take from this season? I know the ending wasn't what you wanted, but overall, how do you feel about this season for y'all?
I feel like we did big things. Looking at the team last year, since they won the games that they won, I think we're taking a big step in building foundation for this program in the future.
Another question on the front row?
For both players, just Justin, you mentioned the foundation. Coach mentions it. What do you guys feel like that foundation is for the program going forward?
Jabri, would you go first?
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with culture. We have a lot of really good people in our locker room, and it kind of translates to on the court. We really like the coaching staff. We really like each other, and we tried to start the season just by playing hard and playing for each other and being selfless. So I think we laid the foundation culturally, and then it kind of translated onto the court. So I'm excited to see what we have in store for the future.
Same for Justin.
Oh, same question. Yeah, just piggybacking off of what Jabri said. I think we got to focus more on accountability and focus on the little details. Because, every play matters, and we've seen it today. So, going forward, I think we just focus on that and focus on our culture, and I think we'll be in pretty good shape.
Got time for maybe one more for either student athlete? Raise your hand, anyone? All right, take the last question on the front row.
Hey, Jabri, kind of get you to follow up when you're talking about some of the improvements culture-wise. You were on the team last year, and again, not to compare last year to this year or anything like that. But when you say cultural improvements made in that area, kind of what are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't, like you said, I don't want to compare to last year, but this year I think we just did a lot of stuff that doesn't really have to do with basketball, but it kind of translates, just like holding each other, like Justin said, holding each other accountable, kind of caring for one another, kind of really emphasizing like the team versus just one person. I think just coming together as a team and being a close-knit group is something that the coaches emphasized, and it starts from everybody, from the manager to the oldest senior on the team. So I think just everybody being a family. We say it all the time, family, and I feel like we really embrace that. Coach will tell you we really like each other off the court, and we have moments where you could see it lead to success on the court. So I think just building that foundation culturally is going to help us going forward.
All right, let's excuse the student athletes. You can return to the locker room. And we'll continue on with Coach White. If you have a question, raise your hand, and we'll get a mic to you. Let's start right on the right side, front row.
Mike, obviously we did not see carryover but a couple of minutes there early in the second half. Kind of what was the reason for that?
These ones are always tricky for me. You're trying to win a game. I mean, we had several 4 or 5 in the first half, and then one that was glaring early second half. Contest, missed block out, and it was a huge point of emphasis at halftime. We had a group of 5 in there early second half that I thought were playing with a ton of energy, and that detail, that level of detail, as Justin just talked about, increased specifically in that category. We made a run. We're deep. The guys that were in the game were playing well, found some offensive continuity. We're much better defensively in the second half. Let's ride this group. That's all it is. Could have easily been Carrio and 4 other guys. It wasn't tonight.
Do you have another question on the front row? All right, go ahead. Left side.
Just the way it came, you guys fight and finally get the lead, and then that 4-point play. Moncrief, I believe, was the defender on that play, and there was another foul shortly after that. Can you just talk about that series right there that kind of turned it all of a sudden?
Yeah, it's the best defensive league in the country, and in order to be in the top half of this league, you better be elite defensively. And the teams out of this league that'll go to the NCAA tournament, at least most, I think there's an outlier in there with pretty good defensive numbers, and the rest of them are elite defensive numbers. You just don't make those mistakes, and it's an attention to detail. It's a consistency. Again, can't fault the energy level. We had guys diving on the floor and getting 2 hands on rebounds and keeping balls alive, and but it's part of the process as well. And you said it. In addition, we had an errant foul there on a KJ post up, just sending him to the line off something, just an easy. That's what he wanted, So this group never got to a consistent level of defense that puts you in the top half of your league, and it's something we'll continue to preach and stress and drill. But we got to get better offensively too in this program, and these coming weeks. And I'm eager to get right back to it. I'll put a lot more thought toward the big picture, the macro, what are wholesale things we've got to evaluate offensively, defensively, what we do in spring workouts. We'll have individual meetings with all these guys pretty quickly and figure out where we go next. But I'm anxious to get back to work.
You have a question in front? Go ahead.
Mike, as you look back on your first season at Georgia, you talk about the foundation. What kind of building blocks do you think it is that y'all set, and what do you think that it is that y'all still need to accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish?
I sometime in the near future, we should all get together and I'll have more material for you. Not great material, as you know by now, after year one. It only took a year for you to figure that out, all you guys, but I will have had a chance to put more thought to it. Right now, it's like, my goodness, we had that one, and it's tough. I feel for our guys. I feel for our seniors. Again, I feel for our fans. I haven't put a lot of thought toward the whole season, right? And that said, though, you asked it because I mentioned it on the front end because I did just mention it to our seniors. And I do want our seniors, Mardrez McBride, Braylon Bridges, Jalen Ingram, Jackson Etter. I mean, Jackson Etter is the epitome of character and selflessness and culture, and Jalen Ingram has had multiple surgeries and didn't envision this coming, but has had an unbelievable attitude throughout the whole thing. Mardrez McBride played at a couple little junior colleges and made it all the way back home to play and represent the G in his home state. Braylon Bridges has come a long way. He just has, from the first day of practice to today's game to yesterday's practice. He's come a long way, and I'm proud of those guys. The overall foundation, I mean, heck, it probably just start with the simplicity of we added some wins. It's something that we can sell in recruiting. The fact that there's some momentum, there's some positivity. We took a step simply in the right direction. I'll have more for you in the future.
We got time for one more question. Anyone? All right, let's take it on the left side.
You mentioned Braylon. He had a couple of that hook shot came a long way this year. He had a couple of looks at it, and they didn't go down. And he seemed to have really taken it hard, both on the court and then afterward. You could tell there'd been some emotion spent. Can you just talk a little bit about him?
He was down on himself late. He was down in the locker room. He was about as down as anyone. He's put a lot of work in. He's come a long way. I mean, this is a guy that went to junior college like Drez and redshirted. And here he is, scoring double figures pretty consistently in games in the SEC. He's worked. He's a great guy. He's down. I'm down for him. But he had some adversity at the end of the game. He also made some plays to give us a chance to win. And he had some really high-level individual games this year.
Thank you.
All right, that's Coach Mike White and his comments following tonight's contest. A LSU victory over Georgia, 72-67. This is the Regions Locker Room Report. You can get your 2022 Regions Georgia Bulldogs National Champions Visa debit card from Regions, the official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply. Chuck and I will come back right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last time out? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the ifs in sports. Regions helps you embrace the if in life.
Member FDIC.
It's time to cheer on the Bulldogs with the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth, and at 5% alcohol, it's got the perfect kick to turn things up on game day. It's time to stock up for the season. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. Please drink responsibly. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio.
This is Georgia Basketball, brought to you by Wendy's. Wendy's home-style French toast sticks are so good, some are saying they're better than their mom's. Perfectly crispy, perfectly golden brown. Try Wendy's home-style French toast sticks today and see if they're better than your mom's. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Shopify presents cool sheets from AHA to
lying awake while you bake isn't cool. I suffered from the wrong kind of hot in bed, heat-induced insomnia. That was my aha moment. Bed sheets that keep you cool. Then I thought, how do I even sell bed sheets? That's when I had the idea that made it all possible, signing up on Shopify. With the help of Shopify's intuitive online store creator, I started selling sustainable bamboo sheets that keep cool year-round. And my cool idea became a reality. Hot sleepers around the world rejoice. Shopify makes it simple to keep your cool while starting and growing your business. Start selling with Shopify today and join the commerce platform powering millions of businesses worldwide. From AHA to anything is possible.
This is Possibility, powered by Shopify. Start selling online today. Sign up for a free trial at shopify.com/free23. Shopify.com/free23.
From the A&D Carpets and Hardwood Floor Studios, this is WGAC AM Augusta, WGAC FM Harlem, and W270CY, a Beasley Media Group station.
Back with you here at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. Georgia eliminated from the SEC tournament tonight by LSU, 72-67. And, Chuck, we'll try to wrap it up so folks can move along with their lives. And Luke Nadkarni will close us out in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. But you got any final thoughts?
Just the listening to Mike and understanding, my goodness, we've been through this and been through this and been through this. But it's the finality of a season is never easy to accept. And, there are so few teams that actually get to, go out on a win, in college basketball, that everybody experiences it. But it's still not any easier. I don't care if you've had a great year or a tough year or whatever your year has been. It's always when it comes to a screeching halt, because let's face it, we were all sitting here talking about, well, okay, if we play tomorrow night, where are we going to go eat tomorrow? What are we going to do? I mean, there's just all that surrounds, the great game of college basketball, that the finality of it, the end of it, is just so sudden.
And I think what you want to get to, the place you want to be, is that even if you are eliminated from an event like this, you still have another game to play. And Georgia's not at that point. And we haven't been to a postseason tournament in 7 years now. The last one we went to was the 16 NIT. Haven't been to the NCAA tournament since 15 with Mark Fox. So, there's a pretty good spread of years there. But you want to get to that point where you have a little comfort zone that even if you're out of your conference tournament, you're still going to play another game.
Yeah, but you know what? Even if when you're in that tournament, when you lose the finality,
then it's done.
My point is the finality of a basketball season is always so, I think, unexpected, because you always think we can win this, we can win this, and this was no different here tonight. And so I'm disappointed. I know Coach White is. You could see it on his face. You could hear it in his voice, and you could tell that he was hurting for those kids, as he mentioned a couple of times, particularly those seniors that, for some of them, this may be the last time they, ever step on a basketball court, to play, meaningful college basketball or beyond. So it's a tough thing always when it ends.
Well, Georgia is eliminated tonight. LSU lives to play another day. The Tigers will face Vanderbilt tomorrow, and then the tournament's second round will start at 1 o'clock Eastern tomorrow with Mississippi State and Florida. That'll be followed up by Ole Miss and Tennessee. And then Arkansas and Auburn, the first game of the night session, and then it's Vanderbilt and LSU. And then on Saturday in the quarterfinals, Alabama, Texas A&M, Kentucky, and Missouri all join the fray as they get the double bye as the top four seeds in the tournament. 72-67. That's our final. Georgia falls to LSU tonight. The Dogs end the season at 16-16.
As always, too, great year working with you.
I enjoyed it.
The guy to your right, I've forgotten his name now, but he keeps showing up, so I guess that's a good thing. But we do have a lot of fun, we really do, and that's that more than anything else is one of the reasons I hate to see it end.
Yeah, we try to do that and pass that along to our audience as well, and hopefully here in the future as Mike White continues to build this program, it'll be a lot more fun for them as well, and there'll be fewer of these type moments as Georgia comes out on the short end tonight. Stay tuned. We've got one more piece of business to do, and then Luke Nadkarni will close out our broadcast in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. So for Chuck Dowdle and the Road Dog, producer-engineer Adam Gillespie, I'm Scott Howard. So long from Nashville on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is committed to protecting the state of Georgia. No one knows Georgia like we do because no one covers the state like we do. Georgia families are our only focus, and we have offices in just about every county of the state. You can call it our home field advantage. No matter where you are in Georgia, Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance is always the home team.
Georgia fans, college basketball is back. So grab your friends in a cold, refreshing Dos Equis lager and make the most of the big game. Whether you're at the bar with fellow dogs or watching with your friend who went to that other school, Dos Equis is there for it all. So buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis and go Dogs. Dos Equis, proud partner of Georgia Athletics. Get it over. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Copyright 2022, imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
That you bought and had girlfriends and bought with your mom. I don't want to live up in there. I need something fresh. I need a fresh house and fresh furniture.
I'm the fresh wife. That's that. I knew it was coming. You just personified it for me.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's perfect. That's perfect. Very well done. Yeah, Joey. Now you got Jade going, so now you ain't got a chance, dude. So.
Dogs do the improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to wire to win the SEC tournament.